Good evening, Bowie Volunteer Nation. It's Thursday Night Lights live from Choctaw Stadium, and it's Bowie Homecoming Night against the Haltom Buffalos. And Zach Arnold Productions is glad to be here to bring you all of the action on this Thursday night. Glad to be here with my sidekick, Jason Holly. Good to see you tonight. John, how you doing today?
It's weird. Every time somebody calls me Jason, I have to adapt. I'm so used to it. Only when I get in trouble is when I get called Jason.
There we go. Okay, you're not in trouble tonight, so you're just going to be Jot. Daniel on the camera for us tonight, doing a great work, bringing you all the action in the video format here. And Jot, we're really excited to be here. It's a great night here at Choctaw Stadium. It's homecoming, so there's a great electric type atmosphere. And we're really excited about these two teams that we're bringing tonight because let me just throw this one little stat out as kind of a tease. According to Dallas Morning News, in the entire area, we have the top 5 passing team in the area in the Bowie Volunteers, and we going up against the top 5 rushing team in the area in the Haltom Buffalos. What do you think about them apples?
It's gonna be a battle of who stops who first. That's the old saying in wrestling: the irresistible force versus the immovable object.
Yep.
So who's gonna stop who first? Bowie's got a very electric offense, as we saw last week at the very end of the Arlington game. And I haven't had a chance to see Haltom yet. This is my first chance. You got to see them earlier in the season when they played Arlington. So now this is my first chance to see them. I know Haltom's very good at running the ball. Statistically, over time, the running backs is stronger and stronger as the season go on. And this is a battle also of first place in the district. Bowie's coming into the district play 4-0. Haltom's 3-1. The other 4-0 team, South Grand Prairie, last I looked, was up by 2, 28-26 over Martin at Glassby Field in the fourth quarter. So this is a big game for both teams, Pops.
Yeah, absolutely. I did get to see Haltom play in their first district ball game against Arlington High. Arlington High came out on top in that game, but it was a very close ball game. And Haltom, true to their nature, did most of their work on the ground in that ball game. And Arlington's defense had just enough in them to keep the score just out of reach. But they do have a very strong running attack, do the Haltom Buffalos. They are led by their lead rusher, number 5, Rodrigo Roberson, who has 167 carries so far this year for almost 1,200 yards. He's got 1,193 yards, and get this, 17 touchdowns for him. What a great season their lead rusher is having. And that also says, John, I know you're an old in the trenches guy, an offensive lineman. What that tells me, if they've got that strong of a running game, they have a very good offensive line.
Everything you do is built by your offensive line on offense and your defensive line on defense. Without a strong and steady line, can't have a good rushing game. Can't have a good quarterback to sit in the pocket. Haltom has both. Like you said, Robertson a little bit under 1,200 yards. All the focus goes on Lucas over at South Grand Prairie. Nobody's talking about this rushing attack here at Haltom. On the other side, though,
yep,
Maxwell Nichols, Trey Nichols, 24 yards, 8 touchdowns on the season. He's almost to 1,000. He's gonna be stepping up, catching the ball a lot of yards after the catch, and that's what Bowie's gonna need to try to keep up with this run offense of Haltom.
Yeah, and that's the other side of this matchup between top 5 passing and top 5 rushing is Jaden Bibbs for the Bowie Volunteers. Jaden has 126 completions out of 199 attempts for a 63% passing rate, and he's racked up. Okay, so the running back for Haltom has almost 1,200 yards. Bibbs has 1,905 passing yards so far this year. So this is going to be one heck of a matchup between this passing team and this running team. And like you said, it's going to come down to which team can make a stop and get a second touchdown ahead.
The one stat that both quarterbacks want to look at, if you're Bibbs or if you're the quarterback for Haltom, Bibbs only thrown 5 interceptions on the season. Haltom's quarterback is 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, so a 10-to-1 ratio for Haltom, 20-5. So what is that, 4-to-1 ratio for Bowie? It's going to be the who stops who and who prevents the turnover going along down the way. And that's going to determine the difference in this game.
Yeah, Bowie's got a pretty good rushing attack as well with Denzel Ponder. Ponder's toted the ball 111 times so far this year for 502 yards and 9 touchdowns to his credit. And then you've already mentioned Mad Max in the lead receiver spot. Over on the Haltom side, their leading rusher is also Mr. Roberson. But their passing attack is led by Dominic Monavong, 65% passing rate, 754 yards throwing the ball this year, and 10 touchdowns and that one interception. Their leading receiver for Haltom, number 23, Elijah Lewis, 13 receptions, 362 yards, and 4 touchdowns. John, before we get too far into this pregame show, let's recognize our sponsor of this pregame show, the Chapman Cornelius pregame show, brought to you by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services. Family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346 or go to chapman-cornelius.com. We use Chapman Cornelius services in my family, and I can attest to their great service offered to the families in the Arlington community. So, John, why are we playing on Thursday night tonight instead of Friday night?
Well, tomorrow, Pops, supposedly a storm coming in. A storm's brewing.
Storms are brewing.
And like we're going to have the storm here on the field between two teams that are going to be going back and forth. Arlington's expected to get hit, a 75% chance. And nobody in the district wants to take the chance like we had a few weeks ago where you guys were here at the ballpark till midnight watching the rest of the Bowie game. Me and Tim were rained out at Flower Mound for the Arlington High game. You don't want it, nobody wants that, especially late in the season district play. A lot of things are up in the air. Two district teams here that one's 4-0, one's 3-1. A lot of things on the line. Nobody in the area wants to take the chance.
Yeah.
Playing on a Thursday. Martin played earlier today. Speaking of which, Martin did end up falling to South Grand Prairie, 34-26. So South Grand Prairie's 5-0 in the district.
Wow.
I guess they're playing 3 o'clock on a Thursday is momentum for South Grand Prairie. These two teams, South Grand Prairie and Bowie, will play each other in 2 weeks here at the ballpark.
Yeah, talking about the Thursday night, because of the rain, good time to bring in the weather report for tonight's game. Weather report sponsored by C&LC in support of Arlington ISD. Here at Choctaw Stadium, we're looking at game time temperature 77 degrees with the wind east-southeast at 9 miles an hour, but it really doesn't make that much difference down here in the bowl because any kind of wind that you get in here is going to be swirling a little bit, but right now the little flags at the top of the goalpost are hanging limp. So the weather related to the wind shouldn't be much of a factor here tonight. And right now, there's only a 5% chance of any kind of precipitation, so we're not expecting any interference with this ball game tonight. So the weather report sponsored by C&LC. We appreciate their sponsorship here tonight. Some of the other games you mentioned, the Martin game that has already concluded over at Glaspie Stadium. Over at the Gopher Warrior Bowl, Sam Houston has traveled over there tonight to play early against Grand Prairie. The other game on the Zach Arnold production tonight is Lamar is the home team against Arlington at UTA, and they're playing right now. They've gone live over there. John Nelson and ZachTheVoice are bringing you that one. And the Arlington Martin game is already concluded, as you said, with South Grand Prairie staying perfect in district. Also going on right after the Martin game over at Glaspie, the Seguin Cougars are going to be taking on Benbrook, and it's senior night for the Seguin Cougars, and they're playing at Glaspie in just a few minutes. So we can see we got some bright colors on the field here tonight. We can see the Bowie team starting to come out of the dugout, and Bowie is clad for homecoming tonight in orange jerseys on top of bright orange pants with their traditional white helmet with the BV and the cross swords on it. Haltom on the other end of the field is in white on white with orange outline. Their colors are orange and black. Lots of history with the Bowie Volunteers and homecoming here. We want to welcome anybody who's listening in for the homecoming festivities. We got lots of connections at Zap with the Bowie. Before the original Bowie High School had a burnt orange and white was their colors, and then they had to close that school because it got too small. And later on, they opened up the new Bowie that's on the campus where they are now in Southeast Arlington. And my wife, Patsy, was on the very first faculty at the new Bowie High School and helped open that school years ago. And so, yeah, we've just got a lot of connections here. We got some homecoming activities and all the mums that are covering up some of the young ladies that are trying to wear them here tonight. The captains are lined up ready for the coin flip at the center of the ball field tonight. And then I believe we've got a choir that's going to present the live version of the national anthem, and we'll step aside for that when that time comes. So we got a lot going on here tonight. It's going to be a whole lot of fun here. And there are some very definite district playoff implications based on the outcome of this ball game tonight, Jot.
Yeah, it's a lot of playoff implications here. We have obviously South Grand Prairie is 5-0. We comes into the night 4-0. If they win, that means that the showdown at the end of the season is going to determine the district crown. Haltom's 3-1, needing a win here to stay in the district crown race. They've already dropped one game this season in district play. Arlington and Lamar are both 2-2, fighting for that 4 spot. Zach's going to have that game there between Arlington and Lamar. And hopefully Arlington can pull that one out. We can get 2 teams for the Zap network into the playoffs as we get later on into the season. But it's not October yet. Oh, it's not November yet, but it's November football. It feels like it.
Well, I wish it'd go ahead and cool off a little bit here tonight. Earlier this week, I put a little blurb on Facebook that said this really does feel like fall temperatures. When I went out to the car to go to work in the morning, it was 60 degrees. Boy, it sure felt good. Now, my wife has nothing to do with cold weathers. She and my other son, Joel, neither one of them like the cold weather. As the coin is flipped at midfield there, you can see the camera work by our production man, Daniel, zeroing in on the center of the ball field right there. Coin flip has occurred, and we're going to keep an eye on the referee to see who won the coin flip and who's going to be kicking off here tonight.
Pops is always weird coming to the ballpark. I remember years ago, back when they used to play baseball here, sitting back behind the Rangers dugout, Marlon Byrd hits a home run against the grand slam against the Yankees. My dad took me to the game. Some lady switched seats with us because she wanted to be with a friend, so we ended up with the better seat behind the Rangers dugout. And Marlon Byrd hits the grand slam over there by the green with the green little area, not the green monster, the green field.
Yep.
That memy stuck with me ever since. So every time I come here, I think of moments like that.
That's great. Yeah, this was a great venue for baseball. It's such a classic look. Reviewing the coin flip, Bowie did win the coin flip and deferred to the second half. So Haltom will receive the opening kick, and they will be backed up to, you mentioned the old baseball park, they'll be backed up the old third base line, driving to left to right towards the old home run porch out here. And I'm still going to call this the ballpark at Arlington as the Haltom Buffalos come on to the football field on the other side to the sound of the big train horn over there. And we're waiting on Bowie volunteers to come out. Haltom plays Texas Fight for their fight song. Can you hear that?
I've heard it. It's not as great to hear it from Haltom.
No.
It's like Flower Mound High School played the Hell to the Victors, the Michigan fight song.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta clap, but I can't. As a Wolverine, it's natural for me. I gotta clap for this fight song, though you want them to lose as a supporter of Arlington School.
Yeah. The Bowie Band, Spirit of the Volunteer, playing the fight song of the Bowie Volunteers. So if you're an alumni of James Bowie High School, spread the word that we are live from Choctaw Stadium for your homecoming game 2025, and encourage them to tune in for all the festivities from the football game, the band, the cheerleaders, and the crowning of the homecoming king and queen at halftime. We'll be bringing you all of that action here tonight. We're just moments away from the singing tonight of the national anthem, and we will turn up the ambient mic here at Choctaw Stadium and tune you in as we honor America with the playing and the singing of our national anthem here tonight. We got a color guard coming on the field at the center of the field. U.S. Air Force JROTC presenting the colors here tonight for us at Choctaw Stadium. You can see the Coraliers now coming out to the 50-yard line, and I will be quiet and step aside and let you enjoy the strains of the Bowie Coraliers as they bring us the national anthem here this evening. We'll be right back. All right, a big thanks to the Bowie Cavaliers for presenting that beautiful rendition. We've got band members, choir members, football members, ladies wearing mums, all a part of that choir presentation of the national anthem. We're going to step aside just for a second and visit one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back for the kickoff on Thursday Night Lights between the Bowie Volunteers and the Haltom Buffalos. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back to Choctaw Field as the Haltom Buffalos trot onto the field to receive this kickoff. Bowie Volunteers getting ready for kickoff on at their 40-yard line, and it's almost time for high school football here in Texas.
See the Haltom Buffalos, white on white tonight, white helmets, white pants, white uniforms. Against the Bowie Volunteers, white helmets with the BV and the crossing swords underneath. Neon orange. Halloween comes early, a week early for the Bowie Volunteers.
Yeah. Back deep for the Haltom Buffalos. They've got a lone man back deep, number 20, KJ Parks will be receiving this kick from the kicker for Bowie, Leo Espinola, the senior, number 99. And we're about ready to get this thing rolling, Jot.
As Espinola spots the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line, he looks one final look, and we are ready for football here at Choctaw Stadium. The kick is up. It is an end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line, and we're going to get a tackle. He's breaking tackle down at the 20, down to the 22, and he fights his way into a pile, slammed down at the 21-yard line. That's where the Haltom Buffalos will start their first drive. The 3-1 Buffaloes in district play, 3-4 on the season, trying to get a win here to stay in the race for the district crown. As the Bowie Volunteers, off of that win last week at UTA over the Arlington Colts on a last second touchdown, busted coverage by the Colts. 4-0 in district play.
Yeah, just a fantastic ball game. It was a punch, counter punch all night long at UTA's Maverick Stadium. And for the Volunteers to come out on top was just a super thrilling end to that ball game.
As you see, Dominique Morningval, number 4, comes out with the Buffaloes in a flex bone formation, sends a man in motion, and that ball is handed up the middle, slammed down at the 28-yard line. That is number 5, Federico Robertson, leading rusher, one of the leading rushers in the district, slightly under 1,200 yards on the season. And I believe that put him at the 1,200-yard mark with that 6-yard run.
Yeah, he picked up back 6 yards before he ran into number 5, Princeton Campbell, for the Volunteers, the senior, making the stop on that play. But it'll be 2nd down and 4 for Haltom.
Volunteers with a 4 defensive line front. You have Haynes, Williams, Houston, and D left to right on the defensive line, and they're going to have a lot of work for them. As you see a T-bone set. There's a pitch to the left. Running back Robertson cuts back. He runs to the wall of Volunteers there. Pushed back about the 25, 26-yard line, and bring up 3rd down early for the Volunteers.
Yeah, that was a group tackle led by number 6, Galatians Pagopi. You're going to hear his name quite a bit tonight, John.
Goffey, one of the better linebackers, underrated linebackers in the area. I would say not a lot of love given to him, but we give him love here as the Volunteers.
Absolutely, because we call his name multiple times during the game. He is a ball hawk for sure.
Looks like they gave the momentum back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 as Haltom comes out in the flex bone set. Single receiver at the top. Man in motion, and that ball is handed off. He is going nowhere. Good job by the Volunteers defensive ends.
Yeah, they really kept their eye on that ball all the way, and they weren't fooled at all by the run up the middle, led by number 9, Don Rivas, the junior linebacker on that play. And the Volunteers get the first stop of the game, John.
That's a good job by Rivas, because I was looking at the fullback on the dive. I didn't see the ball was handed off on the reverse end of the flex bone. 4th down and 8. As you see, the Volunteers are going to send a man back to return this ball. I believe it's Sunday Brown. One of the names you're going to hear a lot for the Volunteers. The snap, that ball is punted end over end. It's going to bounce at the 42-yard line. It's going to take a Buffalo bounce, and they're going to down it about the 30-yard line. Of Sunday Brown said, Oski, get away. And that's where the Volunteers will take the ball and take the possession. On the other side of this commercial break, this is Volunteer Football, presented to you by John Wayne Roofing. Zach Arnold Productions will be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
As you see, Jaden Bibbs at a commercial break fires over the Trey Nichols. Nichols takes a shot, but he catches the ball, hangs on, and is brought down at the 39-yard line. Bibbs to Nichols is going to be a connection you're going to hear all night. Maxwell Nichols slightly under 1,000 yards on the season, 824 coming into this game. He's the leading receiver by far for this explosive Volunteer offense. He's me a name that they're going to need if they want to carry this game to a win. 2nd and 7. Bibbs fakes the handoff. Looks, fires over Nichols again. Nichols breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle, and he is brought down close to the 1st down marker at the 39-yard line. And they're going to give it to him. Referee on the far end said he's down at the 40. That's going to be a 1st down Volunteer.
First down of the night. Brought down on the other side of the field by number 10, Urim Ortiz for the Buffalos, but not before that 1st down yardage is picked up by Mad Max.
Call him Mr. Bibbs in the backfield. Jaden Bibbs, the quarterback. Already has a 1st down for the Volunteers off of 2 plays. Comes out shotgun with the running back to his right. Sends a man in motion. Single coverage down at the bottom. And he's looking that way on an out route. He fires. He has a man. A Sunday Brown on the out route. Caught at the 45. A Sunday Brown makes a man miss. He fights his way up to the 50 before he's slammed down by a herd of Buffalos. 1st down Volunteers.
A herd of Buffalos that was led by number 26, Logan Lang on that play, the senior linebacker for the Buffs. I like the analogy there. We got all kinds of good Buffalo analogies tonight, don't we?
3 for 3 passing already for Mr. Bibbs in the backfield. And he saw the same thing I saw, single coverage at the bottom of your screen, took the out route, but the Haltom's playing too far back. That's a lot of things you see DBs do in high school. They don't play up. Good job by Jaden Bibbs there. 1st and 10 Volunteers at the 49-yard line. Bibbs drops back to look. He's looking. He has a man. He's going to him. He has under pressure. He's going to take off. He is brought down at the 35-yard line. Good job using your legs. 1st down Volunteer. He had a man, number 85 for the Volunteers, running scot-free. Couldn't get the ball to him in time.
But a great scramble there by Bibbs, being able to see the green open up in front of him. He was finally brought down by number 12, Micah McIntyre for the Buffalos. But another 1st down, and the Bowie Volunteers are on the move.
As we're at play number 5 now for the Volunteers, the ball is snapped. Bibbs rolls out to his right, quick fires, and that is caught. Ran out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Can't see that number.
Darian Carson, number 13.
Darian Carson. So Bibbs comes out firing out the gate, 4 for 4. 5 plays for the Volunteers, and they're almost into the red zone.
Good-looking drive here by Bowie to start the game.
Bibbs, 2 receivers to the left in the shotgun set. 2nd down and 3. Haltom's going to bring a blitz on the outside. Jaden sees it. He says, oh, hold on a second there. Bibbs tells his line, look out for the blitzing guy off the end. takes the snap, hands the ball off. Nope, pulls it back. RPO, catches a Sunday Brown at the 26-yard line. A Sunday Brown makes a man miss, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Good job by Jaden Bibbs. Pull the ball back on the RPO. Get a Sunday Brown 5 for 5 to start the game, Pops.
Logan Lang in on the tackle again for the Buffalos, but the Volunteers are in the red zone for the first time tonight.
In the red zone for the first time tonight as that ball is spotted at the 16-yard line. Bibbs takes the handoff, hands it off to his running back Ponder, who's going to go nowhere. First run of the game for Ponder, and he is met by the defensive line of Haltom.
Yep, Damian Wayne led the attack on that particular play and stopped. Actually, I think Denzel Ponder lost a yard or two on that one. Maybe 1 yard gained on that play.
1 yard gain. 2nd and 9. Bibbs, 2 receivers to his left. Mad Max by himself at the top. As ball is handed off to Ponder. Ponder finds a good cutback hole. He cuts back. He is going to walk on into the end zone. Touchdown, Bowie. Ponder saw the backside block. He found a hole right behind his right guard and ran on into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. 8 plays, Pops.
That was an impressive drive by the Bowie Volunteers on that play, on that series.
And the key note of that drive, 5 for 5 by Jaden Bibbs. 2 passes to Mad Max, 1 to Sunday Brown. So he's spreading the ball around early, and Bowie takes a 6-0 lead, 6:41 to go in the first quarter, pending this extra point by Espinola. Ball is snapped, spotted, it's up, and it is good. Bowie, 7-0 over the Buffaloes. 6:41, we're going to step aside for Buffalo's second drive of the game. This is Zach Arnold Productions bringing you Bowie Volunteer Football, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back, fans. And that touchdown was brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. It was a 17-yard touchdown run by Ponder, who found a cutback hole. Next time you need to find something to get comfortable in, go to Classic Chevrolet. Contact Yadi Pagan, 817-706-5679. Drive something new. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference. I can't read. I was reading backwards, and my brain was slowly processing as I was going. Either way, 7-0. Volunteers are going to kick off to the Buffaloes for their second drive of the game. Jaden Bibbs, 5 for 5 on that opening drive. As Espinola kicks this ball up, and is a short kick end over end. Caught at the 21-yard line by one of the upbacks, who breaks the tackle at the 30. He's looking for a room, and he cuts out to about the 38-yard line. So the Buffaloes take over at the 38-yard line. Sorry, 34-yard line. Missed the line there.
As the team switch positions on the ball field here, we note that it's we're 6:37 left in the first quarter here, with Bowie leading 7-0. Haltom coming out for their second drive of the game, starting in a little bit better field position than they did their first drive, with the ball resting at the 34-yard line.
Dominique.
Watch them break out of this. They had that break, and then they all kind of rushed to the line, almost like a little hurry-up type, trying to catch Bowie off guard.
As Mornivong, he pulls back. No, he's going to hand the ball off, and the running back is met nowhere. No, he finds a way. Keeps moving.
What?
Gets his legs moving. He breaks 30, 20, 15. He's not going to get caught. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Oh, my goodness. I thought Robertson was stuck in the backfield. Found a hole behind his right tackle, snuck through, and he broke for a 66-yard touchdown run. Wow. 66-yard touchdown run by Robertson, one of the leading rushers in the district.
I thought he was stopped in the middle of that scrum at the 34-yard line, and how did he pop out of there?
He hid behind the right tackle, and the right tackle kept his legs moving, and Robertson behind him just kept those legs moving, disappeared into the pile, but he just broke away. 18th touchdown run of the season for Robertson, and now we are about to be looking at a tied ball game. As this ball is up, it is Good. 7-7 ball game. 6:25 left to go in the first. That play took 16 seconds. It'd be longer than this commercial break. We'll be right back. On the other side of this commercial break, volunteer football after this. Presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
7-7 ball game. 6:25 left to go in the first quarter after a 66-yard, one-play touchdown run by the Haltom Buffalos. Robertson, number 5, his 18th touchdown on the season. Now, Bowie's going to get the ball back for their second drive after getting down the field to score. As you see, we have Sunday Brown back there to receive the kick. Can't see who the other guy is back there with him. Pops has the
Let me put the old spyglass on it here. It's number 5 for the Bowie Volunteers.
Princeton Campbell.
Yep.
Princeton Campbell.
So 4 and 5, both deep for the Vols.
Hope you have those on your bingo card if they return this ball back. That ball is kicked short, fielded at the 32-yard line by one of the upmen. Calls a fair catch, and that is going to be where the Bowie Volunteers take over for their second drive. 32-yard line. Pops on the first drive. Bibbs went 5 for 5, found Maxwell Nichols twice before a big run by Ponder, 17 yards to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it was a very methodical, very well-run drive by Jaden Bibbs. There was one point where he had all of his receivers were covered, and he stepped up into the flat in the Haltom defense and made a good pickup. Just a really good-looking series for the first one. Here's second drive now for the Vols.
Man in motion coming across. He has a single coverage at the bottom. That was a Sunday Brown. Bibbs takes the snap. He's looking to a Sunday Brown one-on-one coverage. He's not going to get rid of it, but he's going to use his legs to cut up through the middle. He's going to be brought down at the 42-yard line after an 8-yard scramble. 2nd and 2. Bibbs, second time today, he's used his legs to get out of trouble.
Yep, a real dual-threat quarterback. Finally brought down by number 10, Urim Ortiz for the Buffalos, but not before an 8-yard pickup.
That's good patience by the Bowie offensive line to wait for somebody to get open down the field. Nobody got open. Good job by Bibbs to use his legs. 2nd and 2. And Bibbs is going to hand this ball off. Nope, RPO over the Maxwell Nichols, who has a block. He's going to get out first down Nichols and a little bit more down at the 48-yard line.
Little extracurricular there outside of the boundary areas there, but number 8, Jalen Mack, finally wrestled the receiver out of bounds, but not before a first down pickup. The balls are knocking on the door of Haltom territory once again.
Number 85, Rondon, was out there blocking for the Volunteers. Give him some love for the block on the RPO. 1st and 10, Bowie. Bibbs, 6 for 6. Nichols, 3 catches already. Bibbs sees a blitz coming. He stops. He looks over to the sideline to get a play. Tells his offensive line to keep your head up. Sends a Sunday Brown in motion. And he's going to hand the ball off to Ponder, who's looking for a hole. He is slammed back, going nowhere. And that's going to be probably a gain of nothing. They might give him a yard for keeping his legs moving.
Yeah, it'd take 2 or 3 minutes to name all the Buffalos that were in on that tackle. Let's just say it was a team effort to stop Ponder for that 1-yard pickup.
Give me a home where the Buffaloes roam, and that's not where the offensive line wanted to block. 2nd and 9 for the Volunteers. 2 receivers up to the top of your screen, which will be to Jaden Bibbs' right, tight end left. Bibbs waits to see what the defense is going to do. Ooh, show blitz by one of the secondary.
Looks like Haltom's, we got a little flag on the play now. Procedure against the Volunteers.
Yeah, that's not good. It might have been on Brody Ferguson, number 87. Tight end was already in the 3-point stance.
So that'll move the balls back 5 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down and 14.
2nd down and 14. Brody Ferguson, one of the names we hear a lot during baseball season. First baseman and relief pitcher for the baseball Bowie Volunteers, who had a great season last season. Looking to have repeat success coming up this spring. 2nd and 14. Split receivers left and right. Bibbs looks. He drops back. He is going to check down to Ponder, who lets the ball go through his hands. And it passes incomplete. First incompletion of the day for Bibbs. 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, Ponder may have been looking at the Haltom defenders closing on him, ready for impact if he had caught the ball, and took his eye off the ball just a split second there and let it get out of his hands.
As you see a lot of offensive subs here for the Volunteers. Bibbs has to have a good play here to get to the sticks. The first down markers at the 43-yard line of the Buffalos. Shotgun, 2 receivers left again. Bibbs drops back. He looks. He's looking for a man. He is going to have nobody open. No, he fires deep, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Rondon, open, looking for a touchdown. Just put too much gas on it.
Yeah, he had about 5 steps on his defender, and there was just a little bit too much air under that one. Brings up 4th down, and Bowie's going to bring out the punt team.
The sophomore, Aiden Rondon, number 85, called his name for a good block earlier on an RPO. Just missed him there. Now it's 4th and 14. And
Look who's deep for Haltom on the punt here. Number 5, Roberson.
Roberson looks as that ball is punted end over end. It takes a Bowie bounce, and it is going to be down at the 10-yard line. Good roll there on that punt by Pregame. The Buffaloes will take their 3rd drive of the game on the other side of this commercial break. 7-7, 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. This is Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
As we come back, as the Buffaloes run out of the huddle, they hand the ball off to Robinson, and he is going nowhere this time. The Volunteers made sure he was not going to duck and dive behind the offensive line. 2nd down and 11.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Boy, the mums are sure a spectacle here tonight on Bowie Homecoming. Some of the mums look like they're just kind of carrying themselves because you can't see the young lady that's wearing it because it's so big.
Yeah, there was one lady down there. Well, believe one of the parents had a mom that was too big to be wearing.
I think that's her right there.
Right there. She has like a whole team worth of moms.
It's like a 4-foot wide mum on this young lady.
2nd and 11. The ball is handed off, and that is going to be nowhere again. Good job by the Volunteer defensive line. Back-to-back defensive plays by the Volunteers to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, excited defender Bryson Castile making the stop in the backfield on that play for the Volunteer defense. And the Buffaloes are playing behind the sticks here at 3rd and 11.
And for a team like Haltom, who's not known for throwing the ball as well as Bowie is, let's see if they come out with another shotgun. Look, they started the game off in a flex bone on offense. So it's interesting to see they went away from it, but it's worked so far. 3rd and 11. The Buffaloes got 10 seconds left on the play clock as they run to the line of scrimmage. Took them a second to get the play in. Robertson's going to spread out wide to the right. 2 seconds left on the play clock as the ball snaps, and he is under pressure. He is going nowhere, and he's going to be brought down at the 4-yard line. Good defense on the blitz by the Volunteers.
I think he was brought down by his own offensive lineman, Xavier Robbins, on that play. The quarterback ran into his O-lineman there, but the Bowie defenders definitely caught him and sandwiched him for a 4th down punt from the end zone.
Robbins did a good job of holding up his quarterback to make sure Castile and Pregame get back there to get the sack. 4th down and 15, and the punter is at the back line of the end zone. Sunday Brown at the 40 waiting for this punt as that ball is kicked. It's a short punt. Oski get away from it, and that takes a Volunteer bounce to the 27-yard line.
We're going to step aside in the transition here. It's high school football on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
Need a cleanup that's easier than finding your seat on game day? Trinity Logistics Services has you covered. Whether it's your home or your business, Trinity will drop off and pick up the dumpster. No hassle, no mess. Founded by Arlington's own Chet Soto, class of '97, Trinity Logistics Services is proud to serve their hometown. Call 817-693-1302 and let's tackle your next project together.
back in the first quarter. 2:25 left to go on the clock in the first quarter. Volunteers have the ball for the fourth drive as Bibbs looks. He is firing. He looks over and he has a man. He underthrows him. And he had a sure touchdown if he puts enough on it, but just too much pressure around Bibbs. 2nd and 10. Sunday Brown found a spot down there in the middle. Got a good spot by the 10-yard line. Bibbs wasn't expecting it with the pressure in his face. 2nd and 10. Ball's at the 28-yard line.
Bowie driving with great field position here. 2:19 left in this first quarter. 7-7 the score.
Bibbs, tight end right, hands the ball to Ponder. Ponder's going to run into a Buffalo, and that sounded like it hurt from up here.
Sounded like they were butting horns together down there.
That is going to be a 3-yard run. Ponder. That was not Ponder. That's number 24 for the Buffalo. For
The Vols.
24 for
Harper.
the Vols. Harper.
Harper, the man who made the key touchdown at the end of the ball game last week. Micah McIntyre in on the stop for the Buffalos. 3rd and long here for the Vols.
Bunch formation. 3 receivers to the left. Bibbs is looking for a Sunday Brown, and he is going to take off with his legs. Good job by Bibbs to take off and try to make something out of nothing, but he loses the ball at the very end of that run. Haltom's going to pick it up, and they have it. Referee says they have it, and they're going to take over at the 35-yard line. Wow.
We'll step aside during the transition here as the Buffaloes will take over. This is High School Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
After that fumble by Bibbs, 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes. Fakes the handoff. He turns and hands the ball to Robertson. Robertson to the 35, makes a man miss, and he's going to be met up by a bunch of volunteers. Brought down at the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. Gain of 3 for Haltom.
Led by Jaden Dumaine, who had a lot of action in the game against Arlington last week. But the Buffaloes do pick up about 4 yards on that play.
Back-to-back weeks, Bowie's done a good job containing the run. -1 big play back earlier in the game that Robertson took off for a 66-yard touchdown. Bowie's done a good job early, seeing the run and wrapping up and containing. Second and 6, ball at the 34-yard line. 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. As that ball is snapped, it is going to be handed off up the middle. And good job by the volunteer defense again to slam the running back to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 5.
Bowie defense really seems to be keying on those running plays, and getting more than one hat on the ball is helping out so far, except for that one play.
Except for that one play, and that ball was handed off to KJ Parks, backup running back. So Haltom switching running backs out. 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and that might have been the last play of the quarter. See which comes first, the play clock or the game clock. Play clock looks to be a second ahead, and there's going to be one more play left to go in the third quarter. Haltom runs up to the line on time. That's going to be a false start. Haltom was able to get some of the volunteers to jump, but looks like one of the Buffaloes jumped himself.
Clock stops with 3 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Score still 7-7, 3 seconds left to go. False start on the Buffaloes. Going to push it back 5 yards, 3rd and 10. Ball is at the 30-yard line.
So they'll get to snap one more play here in the first quarter with the score tied 7-all.
Been a tale of two different offenses here in the first quarter. Bowie's been able to put together steady drives for their touchdowns. Haltom got their touchdown off of a big 66-yard run by Robertson, who looked wrapped up in the backfield. They're going to let the clock run out. That's the end of the first quarter. We're going to step aside. Bowie Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be back for the second quarter.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Welcome back to live action, fans, at Choctaw Stadium for Bowie's homecoming game 2025. The beginning of the second quarter here, we'd like to remind you that the second quarter is presented by Eka Signs. The next time you need signs, banners, printed shirts, or other print materials, Eka Signs is the local printer to call. 817-617-2229 is the number, and tell them that Zap sent you. John, Eka Signs did a really good job of printing up some special T-shirts for us for the multi-game, where the two main teams that we broadcast for, Bowie and Arlington, went head-to-head. We had some special T-shirts printed up, and they looked really sharp. We really appreciate Eka Signs for sponsoring those shirts.
We do appreciate it. I was wearing one of those shirts coming into the stadium earlier today as Buffalos come out. Quick snap, 3rd and 10. He fires out to the right, and that ball is incomplete. Good job by the Bowie Volunteer defense to keep their head up on the swivel. The force of 4th down. And speaking of the joint teams, Pops, over at UTA, Colts lead the Vikings 14-0. Battle of 2-2 teams in district play. Colts with Zach and John Nelson are on the call. Lead the Vikings 14-0 here. 7-7, 11 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. As this ball is punted high, almost blocked. And a Sunday Brown calls it for the fair catch. He's going to down it at the 38-yard line. We're going to step aside real quick. We'll come back for the volunteer drive after this.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
As that ball is thrown on the RPO to Sunday Brown, who makes a man miss at the 45. He's going to make another man miss at the 40, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Volunteers. One play drive of Sunday Brown on an RPO. And scoot your way on into the end zone, young man. 13-7 Volunteers. Make 2 men miss in the process. Now the Volunteers have a 13-7 lead, pending this extra point. We got there right in time, too.
Yeah, that commercial ended just in time to see that play unfold.
Of Sunday Brown, the man who caught that touchdown pass down at the 10-yard line, waiting for this extra point to get snapped. Espinola lines it up. Snap. There you go. Snap. The hold. The kick is good. 14-7. Volunteers lead. 11:39 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back. Volunteer football right after this.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Fans, that scoring drive, the one-play drive, 60-yard touchdown catch by Sunday Brown was brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. The next time you need to drive something smooth, something new, contact Yachty Pagan, 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet, relax and enjoy the difference. And speaking of enjoying the difference across town, I gave you the score update. It was 14-0. Nah, not anymore. The Colts scored again, 21-0 over the Volunteers in the second quarter.
So both teams on the Zach Arnold Network tonight, Zach Arnold Productions, are winning their ball games so far. Bowie leading their homecoming game now 14-7.
As Espinola has this ball teed up at the 40. Two teams that we covered, Pops, looking to make the playoffs. The Colts 2-2 in district play. The Volunteers, the 4-0. hoping to hold on to this lead to make it 5-0. As that ball is kicked, it is end over end, fielded, line drive at the 10-yard line. That ball is fielded at the 10. He makes a man miss. He looks for a cutback. He's fighting off. He's using his legs, but he's not going to get anywhere past the 32. Still a good return, though, by the Haltom Buffalos. What number was that? Was that number 5 again, Robertson?
No, the guy that caught the ball and ran it back was KJ Parks, number 20.
KJ Parks, number 20, backup running back.
Yep.
11:29 left to go in the first half. Now both teams have had an explosive play touchdown. The difference is Bowie was able to put together a drive, score their first touchdown off a solid drive.
But that was an exciting play on that run by the Volunteers to put them ahead here in this ball game. Broke a couple of tackles there right after he caught the ball.
Yeah, it was a foot race around the 40-yard line. He made a man miss, and he took off. He got down there and got a touchdown to give the Volunteers the lead. As Haltom runs up to the line quickly, ball at the 34-yard line. There's a false start on the other side. Then the referee saw it too. Be 5 yards, bring it to 1st and 15. Fans, thanks for tuning in with us for Bowie Volunteer Homecoming. Make sure you like and subscribe to everything that Zach Arnold does, the YouTube page, the Instagram, the Facebook. I don't know if there's Twitter, but if there is, make sure you like and subscribe to that too to stay up to date on everything that's Bowie and Arlington High related, especially as we get into playoff season. After that 5-yard penalty, the Buffalos come out again. That ball's handed off to Robertson, who's looking for a hole. He makes a man miss. He's fighting, keeping his legs moving, but he can be brought down back to the original line of scrimmage at the 34-yard line.
So I would like to give a shout out to some of the folks in the live chat tonight watching this homecoming game. Ricky Moody and Peter Armstrong, both cheering on the Volunteers tonight. Tell your friends and your family that this is on the Zach Arnold Network and YouTube, and join the fun.
As Buffaloes aren't having fun right now as they come out 2nd and 10. Shotgun look, hands the ball off to Robertson again. Robertson is going nowhere. He keeps those legs moving, but he's ran into another wall of Volunteers. They didn't have that many Volunteers at the Alamo.
Led by number 92 for the Volunteers on that play, Joseph Williams IV, the senior defensive lineman. And it'll be 3rd and what I would say moderately long for the Buffaloes here.
3rd and long, 3rd and about 7. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Bowie has a 14-7 lead. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Haltom's taking their time getting the play in. Trying to send the Volunteer fans into halftime happy as they run up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 7. Low snap. Ball's handed off to Robertson. Robertson's going nowhere again. After that one play of 66 yards, he has done nothing. The offensive line for the Buffaloes is not helping.
Yep, and out trots the punting team for Haltom. Bowie's going to get the ball back here as Sunday Brown comes out to receive this ball right about his 30-yard line here. Should set up good field position for the Vols offense.
Sunday Brown, who scored that 60-yard touchdown catch previously on the last drive, at the 29-yard line. That ball is high punch. End over end. It's going to take a Buffalo bounce down at the 35. It's going to roll to about the 23-yard line. And as that ball keeps rolling, we're going to roll on into another commercial break. Volunteer football. The Volunteers come back. After this, Zach Arnold Productions bringing you everything Bowie High School tonight.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
As we're back, the ball is spotted at the 21-yard line, and that's where Bibbs is going to hand the ball off, and it's a fumble on his snap. Wow, that's not good.
Looks like Bowie maintained possession on that one. Lucky, because there were some Buffalo defenders right on top of that.
Earlier this season, we had a chance to cover Bowie versus Flower Mound. We had a moment like that in the fourth quarter, and that led Flower Mound back to the ball game there. You don't want that to happen when you're at your own 20-yard line. A good job by Ponder to get back onto the ball. 2nd and 13, 8:55 left to go in the first half. And Bibbs comes out in the shotgun. Running back to his left. And he looks to his left. He fires over to number 13, who catches the ball at the 19-yard line, and he's brought down immediately.
Yeah. Damian Ramirez in on the tackle very quickly for the Buffalos, and it's still behind the sticks here. It's going to be third and about 14 for the Volunteers.
That's Carson's first catch. Darian Carson, the junior wide receiver. First catch on the night. Sadly, after that fumble, though, you're down behind the sticks. Third down at 14. Ball's at the 19-yard line. 8:12 left to go in the first half. Ponder to the right of Bibbs. Bibbs drops back. He's looking, and he has a man deep. He is going to take the shot, and that is caught at the 43-yard line. Finally, he got Rondon just where he wanted him. First down. Aiden Rondon, the sophomore wide receiver, had a chance to get him on one of the previous drives in the first quarter. Missed him, overthrew him that time. Good jump ball by Rondon. First down, Volunteers.
Love the view we get here at Choctaw Stadium because I'm pointing to Rondon opening up wide open on that flat pass play. It was fun.
As there's a flag on the opposite side. Might be a false start somewhere. But that's a great play by Rondon there. Bibbs saw Rondon on the scene on the fly. Jump ball. Rondon, from our point of view, looks like he's 6'2" or 6'3". Went up to sky at the ball's highest point.
Just a sophomore is Rondon, and that bodes well for the future of Volunteer football. This young man getting a lot of reps here at the varsity level this year. Jessica Munyan, hope I said your name right, Jessica, cheering on the Bowie Volunteers in the chat tonight.
As they're going to wave that flag off, no false start,
Okay.
So it's going to be first and 10, ball still at the 44-yard line, 7:50 on the clock.
Just a do-over there, huh?
And Bibbs comes out in a different look. This is a pistol look.
Yeah.
Something we haven't seen much from the Volunteers. That's not Bibbs at quarterback. Can't see who that is.
Is that Nichols?
Yeah, it looks like Nichols is at quarterback. He turns to hand the ball off, and Ponder is going nowhere. Brought down back at the line of scrimmage, maybe giving him a yard. They're going to give him the yard to the 45, so 2nd and 9.
Mason Nichols stepping in at the quarterback position. We're going to scan the sideline and see if we can find out where number 2 is.
Pops, me and Tim had a chance to see Nichols versus Grand Prairie. He's got a big arm.
Number 2 standing on the sidelines. Looks like he is okay as far as physically.
As Nichols fires over to Brody Ferguson, who catches the ball at the 49-yard line before push back. They're going to give him the spot that he caught it, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 7. 3rd down and 7. That ball was a quick catch by Brody Ferguson. Yeah, Jaden Bibbs is off on the sideline, Pops. I know Nichols has a good arm. We saw it versus Grand Prairie. But it's interesting here with 6:51 left to go. Hopefully he's okay, not injured.
He's got his helmet on. He's standing there with his arms crossed. He doesn't look to be in any physical distress down there. It's just a decision by Coach Sam here to give Nichols some reps.
As they come out in the bunch formation, Nichols fires, pump fakes. He's under pressure. He fires down the field, and that is caught.
What a bullet. That was a great catch.
43-yard line.
Sunday Brown going down to pull that one off the carpet and make a reception there, but a laser shot there by Nichols.
And Nichols was under pressure. He pumped and got Sunday Brown to get into a spot, found a hole, and just fired it in there. 1st and 10 Volunteers. Ball's at the 44-yard line of the Buffalos. As Nichols fires over on the swing pass, that ball is caught by Harper, who's going to make it all the way down to the 34-yard line. 1st down. Swing pass to Harper. Got you 10 yards there.
Volunteers cooking with peanut oil here again on this particular drive as they're down to the Haltom 31.
6 minutes left to go in the first half. Volunteers. Nichols has trips left. Brody Ferguson in the slot as he takes a step back to figure out what play they're going to run. Nichols steps up, tells his offensive line to keep a head up for a blitz. There's a blitz coming down the end as he turns. Quick fires to Nichols. Nichols to Nichols. There you go. And Trey is brought down at the 27-yard line. 4th catch by Nichols there on a Nichols to Nichols combination.
Nichols to Nichols, yeah.
Fonia had dimes and pennies.
He threw a dime a while ago.
He threw a dime. If you want to give me a quarter, go ahead and give me a touchdown here. Nichols comes back again. Brody Ferguson out in a weird-looking type of bunch formation. Sends Ferguson in formation, in motion. Sorry. That ball is handed off. Nope, pulled back. Nichols to Nichols again, and that ball is dropped.
No, he juggled it, and then he got it back under control.
Oh, it didn't hit the ground.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
That was an amazing play there by Mad Max. He juggled the ball, and it was juggling out in front of him, and he ran back under it and got it back in his possession, and we're at the 10-yard line.
Man, Max really is mad down there.
Yeah.
He's got some dangerous hands. Now they're in the red zone at the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. We've seen 2 Nichols to Nichols here on this drive alone. Nichols looks, fires, corner route to Sunday Brown, and he's not able to come back and get him the corner route. 2nd and 10, first incompletion.
Yeah, just a little bit beyond Sunday Brown's reach over in the coffin corner over there. 2nd down and 10 from the 10.
As we see Bibbs still on the sideline, helmet on and everything. So we'll see if we can get some type of a word or an update on Bibbs as we go. But Nichols just came in and drove the Volunteers down the field. 2nd and 10 at the 10. 4:48 left to go in the first half. And they come out in a bunch formation. No, double stack on the right. He hands his ball off. Harper looks for him, and he cuts back, and he's brought down at the 7-yard line. Harper snuck behind his offensive line. Not enough push there to get into the end zone, but now it's going to bring up 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 7 at the 7.
Ponder trades out with Harper on this next play, trying to keep the legs fresh as it's still just a little bit warm here at this time of the year. Want to keep everybody fresh. 7 yards to go here.
Sunday Brown checks back in. Mad Max down at your 10-yard line. Seen 2 Nichols to Nichols combinations. Shotgun look, 2 receivers bunched tight. Looks, fires. He's not going to get in. He's going to keep it, and he is going to be brought down at the 7-yard line. Looked like he was going to fire over the middle. Had to bring the ball back in. Scrambled up. Saved himself from getting sacked. Gained possibly a yard.
That'll bring on Espindola to try the 3-point field goal attempt.
4th down. 3:40 left to go and counting. First half. The Volunteers are looking to take a 2-score lead with the Espinola field goal. Nichols did a good drive. Had a good drive, driving the Volunteers to at least field goal range for Espinola to get one in. This should be a chip shot here. Ball is spotted at the 7. Sunday Brown puts it down at the 15. That ball is up. It's good. 17-7 Volunteers. We're going to step aside real quick for the last 3 minutes of the first half. Right after this is Volunteer football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you.
Fans, that field goal was brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. The next time you need to drive something new, something comfortable, something exciting, contact Yadi Pagan, the exciting voice of the Volunteers. Call them at 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet, relax and enjoy the difference. That Espinola field goal puts the Volunteers up 10, 3:14 left to go in the first half, 17-7. As we saw Jaden Bibbs come off earlier in that drive for Nichols to come back in and lead the Volunteers down the field for that field goal. Now they have 3 minutes to contain this Buffalo offense and get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, that's right. Bowie does come back to start the second half. Both teams have all of their timeouts, so if Bowie could get their defense to hold here, they would still have a good shot with the additional timeout of the 2-minute warning.
That ball is kicked. It's a line drive. Fielded at the 12-yard line. That's Parks who's going to field it. He's looking for a gap, and he is going to be wrapped up at the 30-yard line. So the Buffaloes, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to go to cut into this 10-point deficit that the Volunteers have been able to jump out to. I don't think I said that right. There's 3 minutes left to go to score. That's the easiest way to put it.
That's the easiest way to put it. It's been an enjoyable ball game so far. We've had some good action. We've had some long plays. Long run by Haltom, a long run by Sunday Brown for the Vols. Good drive by Mason Nichols to get a field goal.
And I got a quick stat for you before the Buffalo snap the ball.
All righty.
Robertson's 9 carries, 74 yards total. 66 of those yards came on one play.
That one play. Yep. Interesting.
As you see, the Buffaloes come out, first 10 at the 30-yard line, send a man in motion, Parks, get the ball, again, takes the handoff as there a flag at the 30-yard line. He is going nowhere. Good job by the Buffaloes. That was Robertson, I'm sorry. As there's a flag on the Buffalo, I believe.
Somebody may have jumped a little bit early. No, offsides, Bowie.
Offsides on the defense. Well, that negates the good defensive play there by the Volunteers. But yeah, 66 of the 74 yards have been on one play.
Yep.
Other than that, he's averaging 1 yard per attempt.
Kudos to the Bowie defense. Containing the area's leading one of the top 5 rushers in the area.
And a lot of love goes over to the running back at South Grand Prairie, but nobody's talked about Robertson here at Haltom. He has over 1,200 yards now on the season, 18 touchdowns. But the Volunteers now have limited his impact on the game besides one big run.
Referees can't quite decide where to place the ball. It was a first down. Was it a first down or second down play?
It was a first down.
It was a first down play, so you just move the ball 5 yards and leave it first down.
It should be 1st and 5, ball at the 36. Scoreboard here says second. The field marker said third.
It's 1st and 5.
Who's on first? What's on second?
I need to put a striped shirt on. That's what I need.
2:30 left to go as that ball is handed off. Another flag on the backside as Robertson goes nowhere again. Kyle Goffey's the first one there to meet him at the line of scrimmage, as we might see another offside.
Yeah, seems like it's an offsides. Bowie defense maybe bringing a blitz, get a little anxious. Offsides again, Bowie.
Offsides. You've given them the free first down
Yeah.
with 2 back-to-back penalties on plays that Robertson has gone nowhere. Now we're going to start over again with another first down. This one's 1st and 10. The ball is spotted at the 41-yard line.
So you're saying the Bowie defense is picking up more yards for Haltom than
The Bowie defense on those last 2 plays has more than Robertson has on 8 of his 9 attempts.
Okay.
In a nice way of putting it. So 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. 2 minutes left to go in the first half, and I believe the clock's going to run to the 2-minute warning. And as it does, we're going to step aside for the last 2 minutes of the first half. This is Volunteer football. They lead 17-7 over the Buffaloes. Presented to you by John Wade Roofing. Be right back.
From weekend cleanups to major projects, Trinity Logistics Services has the perfect fit for you. With dumpsters ranging from 10 all the way up to 30 feet, they handle both drop-off and pick-up so you can stay focused on cleaning up the win. Call 817-693-1302 today and let Trinity Logistics Services help you score big on convenience and efficiency.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
As we're back live, it looks like the Buffaloes took a timeout there. 2:03 left to go, knowing that they have the 2-minute warning after this. So there's 2:03 left to go on the game clock. We might be stepping aside in a second for a 2-minute warning, Pops. But once we get everything figured out down there on the field, ball is spotted 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The Buffaloes run to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, and that ball fakes the handoff. He's going to take off to the right side. He's going to be horse-collared back at the 38-yard line, and they got the horse-collar penalty.
Oh, such a great play by Bryson Castile, but he is going to get called for grabbing the collar of the running back.
That was Dominique Mornevog, the quarterback. Now he's on a knee. He's up and kind of limping. He was brought down on a horse-collar tackle. That's a free 15 yards. Now we're going to step aside for the official 2-minute warning. 17-7, Volunteers lead. This is John Wade. This is volunteer football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
If you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, then you need to see Yachty Pagan at Classic South in Euless. Yachty's a proud Arlington ISD product, a graduate of Lamar, and the voice of the Volunteers since 2021. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a seasoned buyer, or just looking to boost or rebuild your credit, Yachty's direct approach is why his customers become customers for life. Call or text 817-706-5679. This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
After all that confusion, we're back. I thought there was, I thought they were going to play on another play, Pops.
Yeah.
1:57 left to go in the first half. The Volunteers lead 17-7 over the Buffalos, who now have the ball at the 46-yard line. The last 3 plays have all been penalties, 2 offsides and a horse collar. As you see, 1st and 10, that ball is deep fired into double coverage, and it is almost intercepted. Wonderval took a shot, had a man one-on-one coverage down there with a safety behind him. Incomplete.
I've called this young man's name several times this year, but the first time tonight, number 17, Caleb Pfeiffer, in on the deflection for the Volunteer defense there. Good play.
That's the first deep shot we've seen Morneval take for the Buffalos. Just going to bring up 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Good job by Pfeiffer and the backside coverage there to keep anything from getting open.
Hey, John, a shout out to Anastasia Gonzalez listening to Bowie football in the chat tonight, all the way from California.
That's California love for you.
Cheering on Kevin Baines, number 0.
As you see, the 2nd down is handed off. He is going to fight his way up for 3-4 yards, possibly down at the 41, 42-yard line for Robertson. Longest run of the night besides the 66-yard touchdown.
We also want to shout out to Jay Washington, encouraging Bowie to lock up that district tower tonight, and then district title, and memorable occasions, cheering on the Bowie Bells tonight for homecoming. So glad to have all you folks in the chat tonight. Share the link, share the word about Bowie homecoming on Zach Arnold Productions, and get other people to tune in and join the fun.
We are 1:15 away from all the halftime homecoming festivities here at the Choctaw Stadium. 3rd down and 7. Ball's at the 43-yard line, and there's going to be a false start. First flag this drive on the Buffalos. 4 flags total. First one on the Buffalos is going to push them back 5. 3rd and 12 upcoming for Haltom.
Yeah, remember, folks, when halftime comes, we've got homecoming festivities. We're going to keep the cameraman Daniel's going to zoom in for us on the center of the football field, and we'll bring you a live stream of all the homecoming court being presented and the crowning of the Bowie 2025 Homecoming King and Queen, narrated by the Golden Pipes of Yachty Pagan here at Choctaw Stadium, the stadium announcer for the Bowie Volunteers. So stay tuned for Bowie Homecoming halftime presentation.
And then after we get the Golden Pipes of Yachty, we'll come back and bring you the Taqueria Taco Express halftime report. Get scores and updates from around the area as that ball is handed off on a flex bone up the middle, close to a 1st down. That is going to be...
That was Princeton Campbell saved the day on that one as he tripped up the running back who had a full head of steam and saved a touchdown there, and he's hurt.
They gave him the 1st down. Actually, we have a man, Campbell's down. They're going to go check on Campbell. We'll step aside. 44 seconds left to go in the first half. This is volunteer football right after this.
PDA Advocacy Group supports CCMR, College, Career, Military Readiness, a set of educational standards designed to help students be better prepared for post-high school life. If college-bound, take entrance tests, dual credit courses, earn a 2-year degree prior to graduation. If you're going to a career, take classes that will result in industry certification, mechanic, computers, welding, etc. The options are vast. Military? Enlist in the armed forces as a career. CCMR, driving towards success in life.
As you see, Princeton Campbell walks off the field under his own power after making a good play there. 44 seconds left to go. Ball's at the 36-yard line as you saw Robertson on that previous play on a flex bone handoff. One thing Haltom's gone away from. They started the game off in a flex bone set. They've gone back to shotgun, and now they're kind of mixing the flex bone in. 44 seconds left to go. Bowie leads by 10. Clock's running. Mournival back by himself in an empty look, and there's going to be another flag. Another flag. Nope, timeout by Bowie. As they call a timeout, we're going to step aside and take our own timeout. 38 seconds left to go in the first half.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
As we are back here at Choctaw Stadium, 38 seconds away from the homecoming festivities here for the Bowie High School Volunteers. It's a new place for them to do homecoming. I believe last year the homecoming was at Wildman. Wildman is under construction, just like Cravens over there at Lamar. Get renovations, stadiums that haven't been renovated in about 30 years, 40 years. So it's good to see that the city of Arlington and Arlington ISD is doing a good job putting money back into their stadiums and their high schools. Just like Glassby opened up this year, in a couple of years we'll have Wildman back in Cravens. But right now, we're at Choctaw Stadium. 38 seconds left to go into the Volunteer halftime. 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Buffaloes need to get some type of points on the scoreboard to cut into this 10-point deficit. Bowie's going to get the ball to start the second half.
I believe the referee's trying to get some time reset on the clock. Yep, they bumped it from 38 to 44. So 44 seconds left now in the first half. Bowie's down to 2 timeouts. Haltom with 2 timeouts.
Robertson sitting in motion. Empty look. Mournival, who's 0-2 on the night, drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to break out of a sack before he throws that ball away. It's caught out of bounds. I'm surprised that there's no grounding there, but I guess the receiver did come back to get in the area to bring up second down. Good pressure there by the Volunteers.
Haltom changing out some personnel for this second down 10 play. As we're very, very close to halftime, and Bowie homecoming festivities waiting on the sidelines.
The Buffaloes take off to the line. Split set. Hands the ball off to Robertson on a sweep. Robertson tries to make a man miss, but he doesn't. Good job by the defense there to contain Robertson to a 1-yard gain.
Great open field tackle there by the Volunteers. Caleb Pfeiffer makes it 3rd down and 8 for the Buffaloes here.
Clock still ticking. 20 seconds left to go as we're going to get a timeout by Haltom. We're going to take one final timeout ourselves.
Well, we hope.
We hope. With 19 seconds left to go in the first half. This is Volunteer Football. We'll be right back after this.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
As we're back here at Choctaw Stadium, that was very dramatic. As we're back, 19 seconds left to go in the first half. Speaking of the dramatics, Pop. Over at UTA, the Colts and the Vikings, 2-2 teams in district play. The Colts lead the Vikings 21-0 in the second quarter.
If Arlington can secure a win tonight and then expect a win over Grand Prairie next week, that's the 4 wins that they could use to get in the playoffs.
As 3rd down, 2-minute in motion, Mournival fakes the head like he's going to throw it, takes off for a QB draw, and he's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line. This isn't college, so I don't know what kind of leg their kicker has. But they're going to let the clock run. 4, 3, 2, timeout. 1 second left to go on the clock before halftime.
So maybe they are going to try a field goal attempt here as the Haltom band moves into the position on the far side. They'll do their halftime presentation first, and then we'll get to the Bowie homecoming presentation.
So with 1 second left with 2 seconds left on the play clock, the ball is at the 31-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5. We'll see what kind of either leg the kicker for Haltom has, or what kind of play they can draw up to cut into this 10-point deficit. Bowie's going to get the ball back, Pops, to start the second half either way.
Yep. We're just going to keep it right here. We've flat run out of commercials. We appreciate your support of local businesses that sponsor Zach Arnold Productions. We're so grateful to John Wade Roofing and Chapman Cornelius, Eka Signs, Taco Express, Local Legends, Romy Pools, Trinity Logistics, Modern West, PDA Advocacy. We've just got a whole bunch of Classic Chevrolet. We've got some great sponsors here at Zach Arnold Productions, and we greatly appreciate them sponsoring high school football.
As the Buffaloes come out, the Volunteers send their 4 defensive backs spaced out down about the 10 to 15-yard line, expecting the pass here. 2 receiver look for the Buffaloes. Mournival sends both backs out as receiver, so 5 receiver look. Mournival drops back. He looks. He's under pressure on the backside. He fires. That ball is caught. It's complete at the 14-yard line, but it's not going to matter. That is halftime. Volunteers going to halftime, leading 17-7 over the Haltom Buffalos. They'll get the ball to start the second half. We're going to leave it here so you get a chance to see all of the Volunteer halftime homecoming festivities. But first, we're going to step aside for a commercial break. On the other side of that, keep an eye out for your new Volunteer homecoming king and queen.
John, we're gonna step aside and do a Taco Express commercial leading into halftime, since halftime is presented by Taqueria Taco Express, and we'll let Daniel reset the camera for halftime festivities. We'll be right back.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
There we go. Welcome back to halftime here from Choctaw Stadium, folks, as we just got through watching a really nice performance by the Haltom Buffalo marching band as they head into UIL contest. We wanted to come back in between Haltom Band and the Bowie halftime presentation and let you know halftime is presented by Taqueria Taco Express. Taqueria Taco Express can solve any Mexican food craving with 5 convenient locations and a 6th one opening soon. Solving those cravings has never been easier. Be sure to visit them on Taco Tuesday for their taco special. 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Order online to collect points for free food. Visit today or visit TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. Zach and I are watching that 6th location getting ready to open, Jot. They are on the southwest corner of Arkansas and Collins in the Chevron gas station parking lot. And I drove by there today and took a special look just to make sure that they are still not quite open yet, but they're working on it. And I'll tell you what, there is nothing better than Taqueria Taco Express. We eat that food all the time. Love it. So we're excited to bring you the rest of the halftime festivities as the Bowie Bells are coming on to the field for their homecoming presentation. And then the homecoming court is walking around the edge of the field to get ready for homecoming court festivities here at Choctaw Stadium. We'll put you back to live festivities here from Choctaw Stadium. We'll be back soon.
Folks, as you see the Bowie Volunteer King and Queen being announced here, it is time for the Taqueria Taco Express halftime show. It's going to be a brief halftime show that's going to lead into the third quarter. Taqueria Taco Express, they sponsor all of our halftimes. They can solve any Mexican food craving with 5 convenient locations and a 6th opening soon. Solving those cravings have never been easier. Be sure to visit them on Taco Tuesday for their taco specials. 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Order online to collect points for free food. Visit today or visit TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. Pops, the Volunteers lead 17-7 over the Buffalos, and they get the ball to start the second half. What are you looking for coming out of the second half for the Volunteers?
Well, they've had a pretty balanced attack so far. We've seen a good amount of both passing and running by Jaden Bibbs. When his receivers are covered up, he's been able to step up in the pocket and get into the second level of the Haltom defense and pick up some good yardage and some first downs. Haven't seen a whole lot of pass connection tonight. We saw that one short little pass to the sideline to Sunday Brown, and he did the rest of the work, taking it all the way to the house for 60 yards on a touchdown play. But I would just look to see Bowie stay the course. They need to keep their pedal to the metal and continue pushing in this second half in order to maintain this gap between the two football teams.
As you see, Jaden Bibbs didn't play the last drive of the last offensive drive for the Volunteers. He made it through a play, came out. Nichols came in and drove the Volunteers down the field for a field goal. As you see, the Volunteers run back onto the field. Bibbs and Nichols are both out here warming up to start the third quarter. We'll give you some stats from the first quarter. Mason Nichols on just that drive alone, on just those 2 drives that he came in in relief for Bibbs, 8 for 9, 130 yards, 1 touchdown.
And he had a real bullet of a pass over the middle that was caught off the carpet by Sunday Brown. It was just a fantastic pitch and catch.
Jaden Bibbs, before he got hurt, 5 for 8, 35 yards. But as you said, he managed to use his legs. He has 27 yards on the ground. Also on the ground, Denzel Ponder has a touchdown. He only has 18 yards on 6 carries, but he had that big 17-yard touchdown cutback on the first drive of the game. On the other end, Haltom, their running back Robertson, who came in one of the leading rushers in the area, 91 yards on 12 carries. He has a touchdown. But 66 of those 91 yards came on one play. Since then, the Volunteers defense has shut him down.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job tonight. As Haltom's getting ready to kick this one off, let's review a few. Let's get the scoreboard update. Scoreboard update brought to you by Eka Signs. Across on the west side of town, South Grand Prairie led and won over Martin tonight. They started at 3:45 this afternoon. South 34 at Martin 26. At the halftime over the Gopher Warrior Bowl, Sam Houston 20, Grand Prairie 14. Over at UTA, Arlington High 21, Lamar 0 at halftime. And Seguin early in their ball game at Glassby Field 0-7 Everman.
As you see, that kickoff was a very low, looked like an onside kick. Good job by one of the Bowie upmen, pushed that ball out of bounds, and the Volunteers are going to take over. That was Taqueria Taco Express halftime show. It was condensed because of the homecoming king and queens. That brings us to the third quarter, and our third quarter is presented to you by 1836 Home Inspections. Texans don't cut corners. Neither does 1836 Home Inspections. When it's your home on the line, you need everything checked from roof to slab, inside and out. 1836 provides the Texas-owned, Texas honest approach to find out what others may miss. Make sure you call 1836. Don't gamble with your biggest investment. Call 1836 to feel the peace at home, the peace with your choice. 11th month warranty checks, thermal imaging, and septic line inspections. 817-382-2111. As you see, Jaden Bibbs coming back out of halftime. Fires over to Sunday Brown for a quick RPO, who's going to be brought down after 1 yard. And that is going to be how we'll start the third quarter with a flag on that play. That was a mouthful.
But not a mouthful of Taqueria Taco Express. I could use some of that after the game, I think.
Now they have, with the 6th location coming, Pops.
I'm waiting.
One of these will stay open later.
And you know what? That location is on my drive home from work. Is that dangerous or what?
That is going to be dangerous. Patty, if you're listening to this, I'm the voice. You might have to keep an eye on him. As we had a penalty there on that first play. It looks like a 15-yard penalty on the Volunteers. So now the ball's going to be spotted at the 12-yard line. It's first and 25 at the 12-yard line. The Volunteers come out for their first drive of the half. Jaden Bibbs is back in the backfield at quarterback. Mason Nichols had the two previous drives to end the first half.
See, it just didn't look like when he was standing on the sideline that he was injured or in distress.
As Bibbs drops back, he's looking deep. He's looking for Nichols, but Nichols is double covered. He keeps it for himself. He takes off to about the 18-yard line. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards on that scramble. Second down, Volunteers.
Folks, we got quite a few people in the live chat tonight. Encourage your friends and family far and near to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Zach Arnold Productions, and join the chat tonight and let us know where you're listening to Bowie Homecoming.
Second and 19, ball at the 19, double stack formation. Bibbs drops back. He has a man deep, and he is going to fire deep. He underthrows it, but good job coming back, and that is caught. First down, Volunteers. Sunday Brown comes back on the underthrown ball by Bibbs. First down.
That was a great catch. Again, we could see that one unfolding. Sunday Brown had a couple of steps on his defender, and he strikes the first down pose as he hauls that one in.
And the Volunteers run up quick to the line, too. First and 10 at the 42-yard line after that big gain of 30. Volunteers take a second look over to the sideline to get a play, collect themselves. Sunday Brown did a great job to come back on that previous pass. Spread look. Fakes the handoff. RPO again. Swings over to the right. That's Maxwell Nichols who's looking. He tries to break a man miss. He doesn't. There's a flag on the play. Possible holding on one of the Volunteer receivers. Holding on for 85 Rondon. And Bowie earlier in the game, they win a lot of those RPOs to Maxwell Nichols, to Sunday Brown. They're trying to start that back again to suck up that defense, to get them to play on the line. And then you have Sunday Brown getting a deep pass like that on the previous first down. So now first and 20, ball's at the 48-yard line. 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 17-7 Volunteers lead. Rund is by himself, one-on-one coverage. The man who just committed that holding. Let's see if they throw the ball deep to him. Bibbs takes the snap. He looks. He fires underneath. And that is one-handed caught by Maxwell Nichols, who catches it. Breaks a man, misses 25, and he's going to walk on in touchdown. What a good one-handed catch by Maxwell Nichols. My goodness. OBJ will be smiling right now.
That was an amazing play and an even more amazing catch. One-handed circus catch by Mad Max on that play. And the Volunteers extend their lead.
We said those hands were dangerous from Mad Max, and he brought that in one-handed. Snagged it on a throw that was kind of behind him. That was beautiful. That looked like getting a rebound in a crucial moment in the basketball game. The Volunteers lead 23-7. Man, if I need to go back and figure out the replay feature here, because that was a beautiful snag.
That one may end up on the
as that
highlight
ball is bobbled, and the extra point's gonna be no good on a high snap that gets over Sunday Brown's head. 23-7, the Volunteers lead. 9:53 left to go in the third quarter. We're gonna step aside. Volunteer football presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
A-frames that bring their A game. The next time you need to get your brand out to the community, go with the printers who are in your community, Eka Signs. With everything from wall signs to banners, printed tees to hats, Eka can even do same-day rush orders on select products. Visit ekasigns.com/shop to see their full list. That's ikasigns.com/shop. Eka Signs, a partner of Zach Arnold Productions.
Fans, that scoring drive was capped off by a 60-yard touchdown catch. One-handed snag by Maxwell Nichols. And that is brought to you by Classic South Chevrolet. Next time you need to drive something new, something comfortable, something fresh, contact Yachty. He's the freshest around. 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet, relax and enjoy the difference. 60-yard touchdown by Maxwell Nichols on a one-handed snag on a ball that was kind of kind of like you said, kind of in front of him.
Yeah.
He had to just reach in and just pull it in like OBJ. And now the Volunteers lead 23-7 after they botched extra points. As Espinola lines the ball up at the 40. He kicks it, and that is an end-over-end kick. Parks fields it at the 9-yard line, and he's looking for a block to the 20.
Oh!
And he is met at the 20. Low
Stuck.
tackle. Beautiful shot by Princeton Campbell.
That was a stop. Great open field tackle.
Open field tackle. Princeton Campbell said, nah, you're not going anywhere. 20 is good for you.
He's been getting up to about the 30 on average, and Campbell's like, I had enough of that.
Yeah, Campbell, that's how you take things in your own hands. Good job by Princeton Campbell there. And now the Buffaloes start this drive, first drive of the second half at the 20. They gave him the 22-yard line. Looked like us the 20, but I guess we have different angles than the referees do.
9:47 to go in the third quarter here as the Buffaloes start their first drive of the second half.
And they come out back in that flex bone again. Nope, they're going to have a quarterback back by himself. Center man's in motion. He fires a read option. That is a high pass, but it's still caught. The 30, the 35 has a blocker, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Only the second completion of the night for the Buffaloes. Elijah Lewis, number 83. First down. I'm sorry, number 3. Elijah Lewis for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, I was trying to get a read on that number because his jersey's all scrunched up over there. Really hard to see. We want to give the young man credit. Looks like 83, but there's no 83. Yeah, Justin Adams.
Justin Adams.
I think it was Justin Adams on that catch.
It's going to be first and 10 ball at the 45-yard line, and Montevalk drops back, fires to the same man, number 83, who catches it. He's pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line, and he had a defender in his face.
This time I'm going to put the spy glasses on it and look across there, and that's 23 on that catch. That's Elijah Lewis, like you said before.
23. All of the 8s and 3s and 2s, they all look like far away. Elijah Lewis back-to-back catches there. Montevalk, that's his third completion of the night. Back-to-back completions for the Buffaloes. First and 10 balls at the 45-yard line. He fakes the handoff to Robertson, and that ball is caught on a curl route. That's Lewis again, brought down at the 37-yard line.
Caleb Pfeiffer had a shot at putting a stop on that ball, but he decided to go for the interception instead, and the ball sailed through his hands, and he missed the interception. And the Buffaloes were really driving here, and they switched from that running to a passing offense here.
They've coming out. They've switched, like you said, from the running to the passing. Robertson's still an explosive player, so you got to keep your eyes on him. But they're not coming out in the flex bone like they started. Everything's quick passes, curls, and out routes. Second and 3, and there's going to be a flag on the Buffaloes offense. False start. That's a drive killer.
Yeah, that'll stop the momentum in its tracks as they get penalized 5 yards on that motion penalty there, and Bowie's defense will be able to get off their heels and prepare for this next play. So they were really kind of doing some momentum type play, quick play.
Yeah, when you
hurry up offense.
The hurry up offense doesn't help if you get a false start there. Second and 7 now. 8:37 left to go in the third quarter. And the Buffaloes, they're driving down the field. They haven't had a complete drive yet this game. This is the first drive so far that seemed complete. As it's in 2 men in motion. Shotgun, wing right. Fakes the handoff. No, he's going to hand the ball to Robinson. Robinson cuts up the middle, has a hole. He's keeping those legs moving, and he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Head of steam there by Robinson, right behind the right guard. First down, Buffaloes.
Finally dragged down at the end of that play by number 9, Don Rivas, for the Volunteer defense. But not before the Buffaloes get the ball to about the 29-yard line there. Another first down.
And the Buffaloes have came out back-to-back plays, and they're shotgun a wing type of offense where they have a tight end and a wing tight end on the right behind them, following the blockers there, following the tight end. They come out here again, another wing set, shotgun. This time he's going to drop back. Montevalk is looking. He's looking for Lewis, who's in triple coverage, and he throws a ball that should have been intercepted. You got to put 2 hands up. Good play there by Princeton Campbell, who flops at the end, trying to draw a flag from Lewis. He's throwing his hands up like James Harden.
But like you said, he probably should have been able to haul that one in and stop this Buffalo drive.
I think some of that's just on Princeton Campbell not knowing to put both your hands up, so the after effect is you being embarrassed for not intercepting a clear pass. After the incompletion the overthrown incompletion in the triple coverage, it's going to bring up second and 10 The ball's still at the 29-yard line. Robertson to the right of Marnevog. Wing left. He's going to hand the ball to Robertson, who's looking. He's following his blockers. He's pushing his blockers, and he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Gain of 5 on the run. And we have an injured volunteer down on the field. While they check on him, we're going to step aside real quick. Hope he's okay. This is volunteer football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
As the injured player, Princeton Campbell, number 5, walking off the field. Looks like he might have had a cramp somewhere in his right leg. Hopefully he's okay. 3rd down and 4. Ball at 23. Quick handoff. Nope. RPO back to Lewis. Lewis is going to catch it. Falls down at the 15-yard line. 1st down for the Buffaloes. First time in the red zone tonight.
Lewis doing the dramatic indication of the first down play there as the Buffaloes break into the red zone here for the first time in the second half. Knocking on the door, they are. The Buffaloes are roaming.
This is the
Sorry.
This is man, I can't think now. This is the first complete drive the Buffaloes have had all night. The only points have came off a 66-yard run, but they've had a lot of 3 and outs and a lot of drives that stall out up at the 45 or 50. 1st and 10 balls at the 16-yard line as the Buffaloes have to go grade some grass over there for another penalty. Buffalo's wrong. As we got a stoppage here. I didn't see a flag. Delay a game. No?
What? Delay of game on Bowie? Are they trying to draw the offense offsides? I've heard that that's a new rule that is in effect now, at least at the college ranks. Hadn't seen it called in high school.
I've never heard of it being called a delay of game.
Well, it's a 5-yard penalty, nonetheless, trying to draw the other team offsides by jumping and moving and clapping, trying to imitate the quarterback's clapping.
For a while there, Bowie had more passing yards than Mornevog had all game. But now, Buffalo's 1st and 5, ball at the 11-yard line. Receiver spread out wide. And we should have a false start, but we don't. Robertson's going to get the ball. He's going to hand it off. He's going to take the handoff up to the 7-yard line. It looked like the right side tied in and jumped. He got off the ball really quick. After a 3-yard gain, it's going to make it 2nd and 2. They're going to give him 2nd and 1. Ball at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, Haltom can pick up a first down here without scoring as they're in the red zone, and they need to get to about the 7-yard line to pick up a first.
6:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Buffaloes trail by 16, 23-7. As man in motion, that's Robertson. He's coming out in like a double stack in the slot. Mornevog looks. He fires, and that ball is far away. The pass is incomplete down at the 3-yard line, so we're going to do it again. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, the pass was thrown behind the intended receiver on that play.
And that time it looked like it was number 3, Matthew Rodriguez.
Yep. It was Matthew Rodriguez had to come back for it. It was just too far behind him for him to connect on that. So 3rd down and 1 now.
If you're Bowie, the defensive line has to be ready for a run right up the middle. 3rd and 1, ball at the 7. And they come out in more of an ace look, 2 tight ends. And that ball is tossed on a jet pitch, and it is going nowhere. Good job by the defense. Weird play call by the Buffaloes.
Number 8, Jaden Dumaine put the serious hit on number 23 on that play, stopping Elijah Lewis on that sweep. And it's 4th down.
4th down and 2. They lost a yard on technically a completed pass to Elijah Lewis. 4th down and 2 at the 8-yard line.
And the
Buffalo's
Bowie
moving.
defense rise to the occasion here.
Let's see if Haltom's going to make the right play call this time and hand it off to their district leading running back. They send Lewis again in motion. This time they fake the motion, and they are going to go nowhere as he fakes the jet toss, and that's going to be 4th down stop by the Volunteers.
Volunteers.
And there's a flag after the play as there's a volunteer down. Helmet out, volunteer
Yeah.
down.
Little chippiness. We're going to step aside anyway on the turnover on downs as Bowie will take over. We'll be right back. This is high school football on ZAP presented by John Wade Roofing.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions. With locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield, solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
As we're back into that 4th down stop, that was a sportsmanlike conduct on Haltom. So now not only did Bowie stop them on 4th down, they're going to get the ball at the 23-yard line to start their second drive of the second half.
Maybe a little frustration coming out on the part of the Haltom Buffalos after that stop on the 4th down.
Bibbs comes back, a split back look. He has 2 backs back there with him. Last time they called this, they had a formation like this. Nichols catches a one-handed pass for a touchdown as he hands the ball off. This time the Ponder. Ponder's looking to the right. He runs behind his blocks. He's going to be lit up at the 28-yard line. Gain of about 4 to 5. Second down for the Volunteers.
Yeah, the Buffalo's senior linebacker Logan Lang put a stop to that run, but not before he picked up half of what they need to get to the first down.
Second down and 5. Yachty up. Yachty, Golden Voice of Yachty Pagan had 2nd and 59. Wrong number there, Yachty. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Bibbs hands the ball off. He's looking, and Ponder is going to go nowhere. The offensive line had no push there.
Yeah, number 10, Urim Ortiz got a hand on Ponder on that one and put a stop to that run before he could really get anywhere. He picked up maybe 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4, Volunteers. Ball at the 29-yard line. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. The Volunteers lead 23-7. This is their second drive of the second half. The last time they scored on a 60-yard catch by Maxwell Nichols to take a 23-7 lead. As Bibbs sends everybody out, he's back there by himself in an empty shotgun. And we're going to have a timeout called by Bowie. I guess Coach Sam and the offense didn't see something they liked on that empty set. While they take a break, we'll take 1-2. This is Volunteer Football, presented to you by John Wade.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the ZAP network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
And we're back here. Score update at UTA. Colts lead the Vikings 21-7. The Vikings strike first in the second half to get on the scoreboard after being blanked in the first half. Zach and John Nelson have the call there at UTA on the ZAP network. Here, it's 3rd down and 4. Volunteers come out empty. Look, Bibbs fires over the Nichols. Nichols is open. He has 3 blockers, and he has speed. He gets around to the corner. The 45, the 30. He's going to cruise on in for a Volunteer touchdown. Good blocking by the volunteer receivers to give Nichols all the space and time he needed. He had empty space and green grass or whatever the key phrase is, Pops.
Well, he's out there roaming on the Buffaloes with all that green grass in front of him. Fantastic play there.
29-7. 4:11 left to go in the third quarter. And the Volunteers have busted this game wide open. Frustration for the Buffaloes, who came in here just a game out of first place in the district, are now looking at possibly going 3-2. As the extra point pending here to make it 30. High snap again, but Espinosa is able to get that ball off, and that is good. 30-7, Volunteers lead. 4:11 left to go in the third quarter. And this is Volunteer Football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing. Step aside.
Need a cleanup that's easier than finding your seat on game day? Trinity Logistics Services has you covered. Whether it's your home or your business, Trinity will drop off and pick up the dumpster. No hassle, no mess. Founded by Arlington's own Chet Soto, class of '97, Trinity Logistics Services is proud to serve their hometown. Call 817-693-1302 and let's tackle your next project together.
And we're back after that 71-yard touchdown catch from Maxwell Nichols. The Volunteers have a 30-7 lead over the Haltom Buffalos. Fans, like all the other points this game, that one was brought to you by Classic South Chevrolet. The next time you need to drive something smooth, something new, something clean, like the Volunteer offense, contact Yachty Pagan, 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet, relax and enjoy the difference. The Volunteers have relaxed, but they're enjoying the difference when you play relaxed or play free. They have a 30-7 lead over the Buffaloes. 4:11 left to go in the third quarter. Espinola has his ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Parks at his 5-yard line back to return. Ball is up. Line drive. Parks is going to field it off the bounce. No, that's Robinson who's going to field off the bounce. He's going to let the ball roll into the end zone. It's going to go as a touchback. So the Buffaloes will take over at the 20. Is it 25 in high school, Pops, or 20?
25.
25. They'll take over at the 25-yard line.
Players change sides of the ball here. I'd like to give a shout out to some of the people in the chat tonight. Going to answer a question for Borijdu. Sorry, I can't pronounce that well. Asking the question, has Bowie had a sack tonight? No, we haven't seen any sacks by Bowie tonight so far, but they certainly are putting the numbers up on the board where it really counts. Bowie dominating right now, 30-7.
As that ball is faked handoff by Mornerville. He
tackle.
fires over Elijah Lewis, catches it. He's got a lot of balls this quarter as he is brought down at the 40-yard line. No flag there. Looks like there might have been something on Haynes at the very end after Elijah Lewis was on the ground. But either way, that's going to be a 15-yard catch and run for Elijah Lewis. First down, Buffaloes.
Yeah, there was just an extra tap there by the Bowie defender to make sure that the receiver was down on the play. And again, Haltom coming out with a totally different look here with the passing attack instead of the steady stream of running to the top area number 5 in the area runner, Roberson.
Dominique Morneval, 5 for 10 before that last completion there as he hands the ball off to Robertson, but there's going to be a whistle and a flag on the far side. Morneval, 5 for 10, 63 yards prior to that last 15-yard reception.
Another question to answer for the chat member, Boris Jadu. Hope I'm saying that even close to right. I'm so sorry. But asking about number 41. No, AJ has not been in the game tonight, or we have not had a chance to call his name. We do have a phonetic spelling for it, but we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
After that 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15, and there's a toss there to Robertson, who's following the blocks, and he is dragging a Volunteer down to the 45-yard
ball's
line.
loose. Was he down? Was he down? We don't know.
They didn't call him down. Buffalo picked it up, and he fights all the way down to the 43-yard line of Bowie.
Wow.
Robertson looked like he was down as he was dragging one of the Volunteers behind him.
He was literally dragging Caleb Pfeiffer, dragged him 5-8 yards before the ball came out, and then another Buffalo picked it up and ran another 10.
It looks like the refs are going to say he was not down when that ball came out, so they're going to give forward possession to where the ball was picked up, and then eventually tackle down to. So it's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Volunteers. The Buffaloes come out driving again. Flex bone. Robertson on the rocket toss. Nope, he's going to hand it off the middle, and he is going to go about 4 yards there. Good run up the middle. That's going to be number 3, the wide receiver, Matthew Rodriguez, coming in as a flex bone fullback. 2nd down and 6. Ball's at the 39-yard line. 2:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Buffaloes, they're driving again. I don't think Buffaloes can drive cars, but they know how to drive a football. Flex bone look, wing T. As that ball is handed off up the middle again, this one's going to be Parks. Parks is going to fight his way up. He's going to be close to the first down line. The far referee's going to give it to him. Say he's down about the 33-yard line, just enough for a first down. First down, Buffaloes again after the 6-yard run.
Buffalo's really moving with agility here. Maybe we could say the Buffaloes have some wings.
As they come back out, another wing T set. They hand the ball off. This one's going to be to Robson, who follows a block. Good pancake block in the lead. But Robertson's going to be brought down. 8-yard run for Robertson. One of the district's leading rushers. He's doing it again there. 8-yard carry for Robertson. 2nd down and 2. 1:28 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Buffaloes, the offensive line is pushing them down the field, doing everything they can to get to the Volunteers defense and wear them down. See if the Volunteers can come up with the stop. 2nd down and 2. 1:14. Clock still ticking. 4 seconds left to go on the play clock. And they're going to get it off in time. Nope, they're not going to get it off in time. Far referee says that is going to be a delay of game on Haltom. Took too long in the huddle.
He actually seemed to signal illegal motion, like he was revolving his hands. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty, and they're coming out and it's more of a wing T instead of a flex bone. The way that they've handed the ball off this drive, but it's getting good push either way. The offensive line for the Haltom is pushing back the Volunteers.
So the Buffaloes do have wings,
but out the Red Bull. No Red Bulls and no Wild Wings.
I love that commercial with the Buffalo, with the wings and
with the wings.
Yeah.
As that ball is handed off of the middle, and he finds a hole. He's breaking. Good block there, and he is off to the races. Parks is going to be brought down close to the goal line. And good job by the Volunteer defender to keep Parks from scoring down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it's like the 1-foot yard line. It was so close to getting in.
But the backside in there from the Volunteers got washed down on that wing T. The Buffaloes found a hole up the middle, handed the ball off to Parks. The fullback who's playing like a modified fullback there. Now it's 1st and goal at the 1. Under center, tush push. Tush push is going in. Touchdown, Buffaloes. Wait.
No signal yet.
It looks like
there it is. Here. There's the signal.
Touchdown, Buffaloes. Haltom scores their first points of the 2nd half, and it comes with a little bit less than 40 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. First time I've seen the tush push this year in high school.
Are they bringing their kicker out? Or are they in desperation mode and you can go ahead and try for 2 here?
I've yet to see a kicker come out. They're going to go for 2, come back in a flex bone set, so you know they're going to run it up the middle. Under center. Flex bone, 2 men in motion. It's either going to Parks or Robertson. And it's going to go to Parks on the toss. Good job by the Volunteers defense, and he's going to be stuffed. That's where we're going to leave the score. 30-13. Volunteers lead. 34 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to step aside real quick. It's Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a ZachTheVoice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
As you see, the Volunteers back out to return this kick. Campbell and Sunday Brown back around the 20-yard line. After that touchdown drive that saw the Buffaloes put up 6, but they didn't get the 2-point conversion. They failed on that. The Volunteers lead 30-13. 34 seconds left to go in the third quarter. As this ball is kicked up in the air, Campbell's going to wave off. Sunday Brown's going to wave off Campbell. Sunday Brown comes out to the right side. He's looking for a block, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. He takes 2 Buffaloes with him. That's where the Volunteers will start at the 34-yard line. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And a score update from across town. The Vikings have scored again, 21-13. The Colts still lead, but Lamar has scored 2 times in this third quarter.
Arlington's going to have to step up if they want to keep those playoff hopes alive. Needing a 4th win, probably a guaranteed win, you would think, against Grand Prairie. I don't want to jinx it. Got to get another 4th win somewhere.
A battle of 2-2 teams there in district play. Haltom has already played Arlington this season. But Haltom being 3-1 here, they need to come back if they're trying to keep any hopes of a district title alive. They did fall to Arlington earlier in the year, 28-21. First down handoff. That's going to go to Harper. And Harper's going to be brought down, gain of possibly a yard. Second down. Clock's ticking, 16 seconds left to go, and that might have been the final play of the third quarter. That's going to take us to our fourth quarter. Fans, our fourth quarter is presented to you by Modern West Windows and Doors. See the difference that Portfolio can make on your home by visiting their showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth, or by going to modernwestwindows.com to explore their inventory. Put your 4s in the chats, folks. Volunteers lead 30-13 going into the fourth quarter, and we're going to step aside. This is Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
After coming back live, the Volunteers came to get down, so everybody at home jump around like House of Pain. Fourth quarter, 30-13. 12 minutes away from the Volunteers going to 5-0 in district play. As Bibbs hands the ball off, no, he pulls it back, and that ball fired over to caught at the 45-yard line, and he is going to fight down around the 39.
Deontay Tennyson, the sophomore tight end, making that catch and run for a 7-yard pickup.
Spotted at the 39-yard line, 5-yard catch for Tennyson. First time we've called Tennyson's name, at least as a pass catcher.
Right.
He's been out there lead blocking him and Brody Ferguson, back kind of filling in as a tight end, fullback role. So they've been doing a good job blocking. Give the big man some love there. 3rd and 5, ball at the 39-yard line. Bibbs, 2 running backs in the back, sends one in motion, pulls it back for an RPO, and he has Sunday Brown who catches it at the 40-yard line. 45-yard line, and he's pushed down at the 49. It looked like he dropped it from our angle, but
yeah, I thought so too.
Him and Maxwell Nichols are catching things as they're falling down.
Well, Bibbs threw that into triple coverage there. That's why it looked like it had been incompleted. But what a catch!
After that beautiful catch by Sunday Brown, who I'm sure is close to 100 yards. I'll look that up on the Dallas Morning News stat sheet here shortly. 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line, and the Volunteers are moving again. Bibbs in a pistol formation. 2 tight ends, receiver to the right. And he's going to hand the ball off to Harper. Harper with a full head of steam breaks the tackle, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line with a flag on the far side. Looks like the flag is down at the 46 in the direction of a receiver. Holding.
Holding on the offense.
That's going to negate the good run by Harper there with a full head of speed out of that pistol set. Second and 15, first and 15. Ball is now going to be spotted back on the Bowie side of the 50 to the 44-yard line. First and 14. 10:24 left to go in the ball game. Volunteers lead 30-13. Pistol set again. Harper in the backfield. And he's going to do it again. Hand it off to Harper. Let Harper know he's going to pull it. And he fires to Tennyson, who catches it at the 50 and is brought down immediately. Good play action there by Bibbs. I thought they were going to hand the ball off again, but Tennyson broke out on a short zig route. 5-yard catch, second down and 9.
Recovered all of that penalty yardage plus 1 there. Volunteers are sitting right at midfield here at Choctaw Stadium.
Right at midfield, second and 9. Clock still ticking, 9:40 left to go. And the Volunteers, if they get a win here, they'll be 5-0 in district play. Them and South Grand Prairie with a season finale date for district championship on the line. Second down, 2 receivers each side. Bibbs rolls out immediately, fires over, and he has the curl route. Good catch at the 42-yard line. Close to a first down. They're going to say he's short by a yard or 2.
Darian Carson on the catch on that play. Third and very short here for the Volunteer offense.
The Volunteers are bringing out the big hefties. Brody Ferguson, they're bringing Pagofi, the linebacker, to get another lead blocker. Look for a pistol-heavy set here. The ball is most likely going to be ran behind Ferguson and Pagofi. 3rd and 1. Bibbs hands the ball off to Harper. Harper looks for a hole. He cuts in, and he's going nowhere. He's actually going to lose a yard. 4th down.
What do the analytics say here from the 44-yard line?
With 8:30 left to go, I would think you would punt it. If it was me with a 17-point lead, I would punt it, play defense, because Haltom, outside of one drive, have shown that they can drive the ball down the field. But the Volunteers are going to go for it. Heavy pistol again. This time, Bibbs pulls it back. He fires over it. Mad Max, and he underthrows Nichols, who's open on a slant route. And that is how the Volunteers' drive is going to end. Buffalos with the stop. They'll get the ball at the 43-yard line. And we'll step aside real quick. This is Bowie Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
As we're back live here, the Buffalos, after that 4th down stop, get the ball at the 43-yard line, and that ball is handed up the middle, and Robertson's going to be tripped up, but he still gets a gain of 5 down to the 47-yard line. Second down for the Buffalos. 8 minutes left to go in the game. Haltom trails 30-13.
Watching the sidelines, number 5, Princeton Campbell, who came out earlier in the quarter with a apparent cramping. Looks like he's ready to go on the sideline. Glad he's not injured.
Buffaloes line up. They run out there in a quick hurry. They send Robertson out there, so empty look for Haltom. Quarterback drops back. He looks. He fires. Nobody's there.
Missed route.
Somebody
blew the route. Number 23 is standing at the midfield mark with his hands open wide. Elijah Lewis is looking at the sideline going, was I supposed to be in that spot?
Yeah, somebody was supposed to break up the seam, and the seam never got open. 3rd and 5 for Haltom. 7:30 left to go in the ball game. After that fourth down stop,
Oh.
we have a tumble here. A
Yeah,
couple
big crash
cheerleaders.
down on the sideline with the Bowie volunteer cheerleaders. They had a pyramid set up and tossed somebody up the top, and they didn't catch her.
They didn't catch her on the pyramid.
I think that would cause some trust issues there.
Looks like the Buffaloes looking for trust issues here at 3rd and 5. Same call. This time Robertson catches it on a curl, and he is going to be brought down at the 45, first down Haltom. Yeah, you don't want to be tossed on top of a pyramid if nobody's going to catch you.
Yeah, that's a tough call there on that one. Number 20 out there on the edge for Bowie, Marcus Green on the tackle, but not before the Buffaloes pick up another first down at the 45-yard line, breaking into Bowie territory here at the Bowie 45.
First down, ball at the 45-yard line. Man in motion. Handoff. And Robertson's going nowhere. Good job by the volunteer defense. Give up a yard or two. 2nd down and 8. Defensive line is playing stout right now.
Good job. Good wrap up by Galatian Pagofi there in the center of that offensive line. He wrapped his arms all the way around and held on and just didn't let go. Good job there by the linebacker for Bowie.
Pop zap update. Lamar has the ball at the 1-yard line. down by 7. Arlington's trying to get a stop here to hold on to a 7-point lead.
Arlington got a really good stop, a couple of good fourth down stops on Bowie last week. Goal line stands. Come on, defense.
2nd down. Quick curl over, and Lewis is going to catch that short of the first down marker. 3rd down. Nope, they're going to give the first down.
They're going to give him forward progress on that. Again, Green on the stop for the play, but not before Haltom's able to connect to get another first down. They seem to be marching here. Ball at the 35-yard line. 6 minutes even left in the ball game.
This is where logic, when we said we should probably punt the ball at the 45, possibly helps you out. Because Haltom's had a hard time putting drives together until the previous drive they scored on. But now you've given them short field to work with.
Yep.
They're killing clock, Phil, so that does help you if you're the Volunteers. 1st and 10 after that curl catch. Ball at the 35-yard line, man in motion. And that ball is handed off up the middle. Good job by the Volunteers front 7 not to let any more running yards get ran over them tonight.
Yep.
Outside of the one rush for 66 yards, Parks and Robertson have been shut down in the backfield.
Bryson Castile caught the runner from behind on that one and held on until his buddies could catch up and bring that rushing attempt to just a 2-yard gain.
2nd down and 8. 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Wing look again for the Buffaloes. Warnovec drops off. He looks. He has a man on the curl route. He overthrows it, and that is out of bounds. He had a receiver. It looks like Lewis running on a wheel route, but he threw it into double coverage. Lewis couldn't bring it in. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yep, Lewis was in the right spot that time, but the ball just a little bit out of his reach. Clock stops with the incomplete pass at 4:51 left in the 4th quarter here. Bowie looking to maintain their unblemished record in district play.
Wing T look, 3rd and 8. As the ball handed off up the middle, there's going to be a flag probably on one of the Buffalo offensive linemen for holding. It's going to negate that 5-yard run. We're going to do 3rd down again. Speaking of maintaining your unblemished record or unblemished score, the Colts led 21-0 the first 2 quarters of the game. We're now in the 4th quarter, and the Vikings have tied the game up 21-21.
You're killing me.
I'm sorry. as a
we're both Colt alums, and so it's like, oh man,
21-0 is a score that you shouldn't let them come back.
You should keep adding to that.
Yes.
Laundry still on the field there at about the 31-yard line here as we wait to see if the referees can sort this out. We may be Colt alumni, but we sure are excited to be bringing you this Bowie Volunteer football season this year in this particular game for Homecoming 2025. As you can hear the Bowie band striking up some tunes in the background here.
To all the fans and all the students that made the drive down New York Avenue, over across the way, down Division to Ballpark Lane. We are here at Choctaw Stadium as they're going to mark off on the yard there.
It's an unsportsmanlike against Bowie here. And that takes the ball all the way into the red zone to the Bowie 19.
1st and 10, ball at the 19. Wing T, look, there's a toss to the backfield. Robertson, he's looking, he's trying to sneak through. He's not going to go anywhere. Robertson's short, and he worked to his advantage earlier in the game, but the Volunteers have done a good job of maintaining and containing him, breaking again.
Yep, he hid behind a lineman early in the ball game and then busted out through a hole for a touchdown that went the length of the field pretty much.
Second down and 9, ball at the 18. 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. Haltom, the problem is when you can't throw, you kill the clock. As that ball is handed off, it is going to be reversed around, and that is going to be a touchdown, Buffalo. On the reverse.
That was a toss and a reverse to Elijah Lewis, and he took it around that left end and all the way to pay dirt.
Lead has been cut down to 11, minus the loud noise of a horn in the background. Lead has been cut down to 11. 30-19 is the score pending this extra point.
Number 1, Justin Melgarejo on for the kick.
That ball is up. It is good. New score. Volunteers 30, Buffaloes 20. 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. It's Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing. Be right back.
If you're like me and need printed materials to get your brand out there to the community, then you need Eka Signs. Conveniently located in central Arlington, Eka features a wide selection of shirts, hats, banners, yard signs, acrylics, magnets for your car, magnets for your fridge, tumblers, A-frames, and more. Call Eka at 817-617-2229 for more information and tell them Zap sent you. From weekend cleanups to major projects, Trinity Logistics Services has the perfect fit for you. With dumpsters ranging from 10 all the way up to 30 feet, they handle both drop-off and pick-up so you can stay focused on cleaning up the win. Call 817-693-1302 today and let Trinity Logistics Services help you score big on convenience and efficiency.
Welcome back to Choctaw Stadium, home to plenty of people. Tonight is home to the Volunteers of Bowie High School. Oh, it used to be home to the XFL Renegades. They've moved around the corner to Frisco. Once home to our beloved Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
2023 World Series champion Rangers.
We've watched a rugby game here. They're going to try an onside kick here.
And that ball is onside kick. Good job by the Volunteers to fall on it at the 34-yard line. It came close to being recovered there. Second onside kick the Buffaloes have attempted tonight, both in the second half.
We're going to keep it right here as the Bowie recovery puts the ball right at their own 35-yard line. Jaden Bibbs leading the crew out for this series. I'd like to see another score here, as the score on the ticker here is just a little bit off because Pops forgot to put the points on there for Haltom. We'll fix that right now. Sorry, Haltom Buffalo fans that are tuned in.
It is 30-20 here. Pops is getting the scoreboard worked out for us. As Bibbs comes out, pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right, and he turns and hands the ball off. Good run up the middle. There's a flag down at the 40-yard line. Look for possibly a hold or a face mask on the Volunteers. Buffalo runs off with his helmet ripped off of his head. Nope, personal foul on the defense. First down. Personal foul on the defense. They're going to mark up 15 yards. The ball's going to be spotted right around the 50 to the 48 of Haltom. So Haltom just did a good job of giving Bowie a little bit less than 20 yards, Pops. As you see, 1st and 10. They try to get the Buffaloes to jump. Hand off. Nope. Pulls it back. RPO, and that ball is almost intercepted.
Ooh, very lucky on that play, as number 15 had the bead on that one. Keelan Parks. My bad. Young man who's been busy tonight, but missed that one just by a hair.
After that incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, ball is still at the 48-yard line. The Volunteers in a shotgun formation. 2 receivers left again for Bibbs, and he's going to pull it back RPO to Sunday Brown. That ball is low. Sunday Brown still catches it off the turf, and he's going to be pushed out at the 50. It looks like ball hit off the turf, but they completed the pass, 3rd down.
Damian Ramirez finally wrestled Sunday Parks out of bounds on that play. And the Vols lose a little bit of yardage on that one. It'll be 3rd down and about 12.
3rd down and about 12. They marked them right between the 45 and the 50. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. The Volunteers have a chance to milk off as much clock as possible. Nichols is in the backfield at quarterback. Bibbs is on the sideline. Nichols has 3 receivers to the right, and he drops back. He's looking, and he's going to use his arm. He fires, and he fires it into traffic. 4th down, Volunteers. Sunday Brown looks like he had a little bit of space on the safety, but not enough from Nichols to put it right on him, and the Volunteers are going to punt.
Yep, they're going to send Pregame out to handle the punt in this situation with the ball right at midfield. Try to pin the Buffalos back deep here to make them drive the length of the field and milk more time off that clock.
They learned their lesson from the last drive of going for it at the same territory and giving the Buffalo short field. Pregame, and he drops the punt. He gets it off in time. There's no flag in the back. Looks like it could be something for running into the kicker, but there's not. Good punt, though, for the Volunteers. It still worked out. Buffaloes will get the ball at the 23-yard line, and we'll step aside while they switch sides of the field. This is Volunteer Football, presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information. Buying a vehicle can be overwhelming. That's why Yachty Pegame has created a guide car buying to help ensure you make the right choice. Classic South has a great selection of pre-owned vehicle energy to make sure you get the best deal possible. Call 817-706-5679. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
And during the commercial break, Buffalo's got out there really quick. They threw an RPO, incomplete pass, second and 10, 2:48 left to go. The ball is at the 23-yard line. The Volunteers have a 10-point lead. Time is against the Buffaloes here as the 2nd down is handed off, and he is going nowhere again. Good job by the defensive line to shut down the running backs of Haltom. Outside of a big 66-yard run, the Buffaloes have had a hard time getting anything going on the ground.
Yeah. Junior linebacker Don Rivas leading the charge for the Volunteer defense on that one. 3rd and 8 here.
Trips right in a shotgun look. He has a man. He's going to throw an interception by Princeton Campbell, one-handed. Beautiful catch by Campbell to bring that ball in, to look it in, and get the interception. And the Volunteers are going to take over at the 41-yard line. And that's all Bowie needed. As we're going to go to the commercial break, we'll bring the final 2 minutes back to you after this. Bowie Volunteer presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
After the miraculous catch on the interception by Princeton Campbell, the Volunteers have the ball. 2:21 left to go in the ball game. The Volunteers have a 10-point lead with time on their side, on their way to going 5-0 in district play. As you see, the first snap, that ball is incomplete. A Sunday Brown didn't look it in all the way, bounced off his hands. 2nd down. Volunteers are 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from making sure that the season finale of South Grand Prairie is going to be for a district championship option.
Yeah, we may have to arm wrestle over who gets to call that ball game because that's going to be the game of the season, it looks like.
Either game of the season for Bowie and South Grand Prairie, or the loser goes to Arlington Martin. Either way, we get a good time to call game.
There you go.
At 2nd down, that ball is handed off up the middle. Good run. Good use of the hands, following the blocker. It ends up being just a gain of about 4. Bring up 3rd and 6.
See, this would be my strategy. Instead of throwing that little out to a Sunday Brown, I would run the ball, just pound the rock and milk the clock.
As they're gonna milk the clock to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Volunteers lead by 10. We're gonna step aside really quick. Be right back. Volunteer football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zach can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions.
And fans, make sure you stay tuned for the John Wade Jr. postgame show. Presented to you by, make sure you stay tuned for the John Wade Roofing postgame show. John Wade Jr., John Wade, we love the things the Wade family has done for us. Make sure these games are possible for us, Zach Arnold Productions to put on. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll give you stats, score updates from around the area, and we'll let you know what to look for on the Zap Necklace. The third down, that is a read option. He pulls it back, and that is a first down. Volunteers. Good job. Looks more like a play action. I believe that's Harper who catched it. Had open space.
It was Tennyson.
Tennyson catches it, had open space. He's down at the 31-yard line. The Volunteers now have time on their side. They have a little bit less than 2 minutes, 1:45 left to go. The ball at the 31-yard line. And at this point, they can run out the rest of the clock and still be in field goal range. 1:39 left to go. The Volunteers are about to be 5-0 in district play. The Buffalos will move to 3-2, taking away all hopes of being district champions this season. 6 seconds left to go on the play clock. Pistol look. And he's going to hand the ball off to Harper. The Ponder. Ponder is going to fight up the field. He's brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:18 left to go. And the Buffaloes are going to call their first timeout of the second half. While they call a timeout, we'll take a timeout too. 30-20. Volunteers leave. We'll be right back. Bowie Volunteer Football presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
And we're back. 1:18 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 6. The ball is at the 27-yard line. The Buffaloes, I believe, have 2 timeouts left to go in the game.
It wasn't showing up on the scoreboard at first, but now we'll change it on our scorebug to make it all look right.
Somebody's burning something around here.
Oh, that's a skunk. Somebody ran over a skunk.
Woo, and carried into the ballpark. 1:18 left to go. A little bit less than 90 seconds in the game. As you see a handoff, nobody's going to pull it back. Play action. Tennyson catches it. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. That's Mad Max, and Mad Max walks in for a touchdown with a flag at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Mad Max caught that little toss, but the referee dropped a flag. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding on the Volunteers with the referee signals here. Mad Max, I believe that would have been his 3rd touchdown of the game. But instead, it's going to be negated by a holding. 1:10 left to go. Surprised Bowie's still throwing the ball here, but at this point, you're just trying to get the score far enough away. You don't have to worry about anything tricky at the very end.
So the penalty must have been from the spot of the foul based on where they finally placed the ball.
So after the spot of the foul, so it's going to put the Volunteers at the 18-yard line, and they are in victory formation. Bibbs crawls back, takes a knee. He's down at the 20. I don't see any motion by the Buffaloes to call their final 2 timeouts. 1 minute left to go. The Volunteers are about to move to 5-0 in district play. That means at the end of the season, Pops, it looks like you and me will be here for South Grand Prairie versus the Bowie Volunteers, and the winner wins District 8-6A.
That will be a game to lose sleep over getting ready for it. I mean, that's just going to be an amazing ball game.
We'll have two good teams, just like the Volunteers faced here tonight with Haltom. Another their take on South Grand Prairie. Then a good running team with Lucas in the backfield, the South San Diego State commit. But South Grand Prairie has to worry about Bibbs and Mad Max and Sunday Brown. There's a lot of weapons on this Volunteer offense. As the clock's going to drift away, 10 seconds left to go. Got 5 seconds left. The Volunteers 5-0 in district play, 6-2 on the season. Bet, ladies and gentlemen, this ball game. Final score: Volunteers 30, the Haltom Buffalos 20. We're going to step aside real quick. We'll be right back for the John Wade postgame show after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Welcome back, fans. I was trying to change the quarter to an F for final, and I got an H for holy moly. The Volunteers won the ball game over the Haltom Buffalos. Final score is not even on the scoreboard anymore here at Choctaw Stadium. Bowie Volunteers 30, Haltom 20 for the big win here on homecoming night for the Volunteers.
That's what the H stands for, Pops. Homecoming.
Homecoming. There you go. That's the way. Homecoming victory for the Volunteers tonight.
Fans, welcome into the John Wade post-game show. Let me tell you a little bit about John Wade before we give you some stats. John Wade played for Arlington High and was a team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA, earning all conference honors and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in his community for over 40 years. So the next time you need roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Pops, the Volunteers moved to 5-0 in district play. Season-ending game at the very end versus South Grand Prairie is going to determine the district.
Yeah.
What did you see at the Volunteers tonight that gives you hope for them to win district leading the year?
You know, I see a repeat of last year because the Bowie Volunteers are taking care of business. They rise to the occasion when they need to. They had a knockout blow-by-blow game against the Colts last week and pulled it out with a good play over the middle to Harper to get the game-winning touchdown. Tonight, they took the lead early, and they just kept moving forward. They took care of business. It was a good combo running attack and passing attack between Bibbs and Nichols, and it was just a good ball game all the way around for the Bowie Volunteers. And you're right, they are on the same track that they took last year when they won district in football last year.
Last year was much of the same story. They started off rough during the non-district games. Then they went on to basically sweep their way through district. This year's looking the same way. They take on Lamar next week in a tough game. And then they get South Grand Prairie. So no matter what the outcome is next week versus Lamar, they have to win They had to beat South Grand Prairie and their district champions. Few stats for you on the game. They outscored Haltom, obviously. They outgained Haltom 426 to 314. Haltom had 204 yards rushing on the ground, but 66 of it came on a big rushing play. Outside of that, Parks was the only other person to get the type of rushing game going for the Haltom Buffalos. So the defense for the Volunteers was stout. Passing-wise, Jaden Bibbs, 14 for 19, 256 and 2 touchdowns. Mason Nichols in relief, 9 for 12, 131 and a touchdown. Mad Max had 2 touchdowns through the air, one beautiful one-handed snag that he brought in. 7 catches, 159 yards for Maxwell Nichols. 7 catches, 141 for Sunday Brown, and a touchdown. So they outgained them. They outplayed them. And outside of a big run and 2 late drives, the Volunteers were in control the entire game.
Yeah, they really were. Haltom had a really hard time getting their running game on track tonight. In the second half, they had to defer to a passing game, which was largely effective, making some good passes across the middle and deep. But ultimately, they got too far behind and didn't have the time to catch up with that passing game.
Pops, we need to name a player of the game presented to you by Trinity Logistic Services.
We're saying goodnight to our cohort from the Haltom Buffalo broadcast team. They had a good ball game here tonight for us too on the broadcast. So saying goodbye to him there. Player of the game. I got to go with Mad Max.
Mad Max, 7 catches, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Had a third one there at the very end negated because of the holding. Mad Max, he had the play of the game. I do know that. With the one had a snag for 60 yards and on a catch and run to give the Volunteers, and they extended the lead out and put the game out of reach. So Mad Maxwell Nichols for me and Pops, the Zach Arnold player of the game, presented to you by Trinity Logistics Services. Scoreboard update across town.
Yeah, scoreboard update brought to you by Eka Signs. We're going to run through some of these scores. Earlier in the night tonight, South Grand Prairie at Glaspie Field beat the Martin Warriors. South Grand Prairie 34, Martin 26. And as John was saying, it sets up a real big showdown in the last week of the season between these Bowie Volunteers and the South Grand Prairie Warriors. The game at Seguin at Glaspie right now, Seguin is behind Everman Bulldogs 21-16 in the third quarter over at Glaspie. Over at the Gopher Warrior Bowl, the Sam Houston Texans are 55 seconds left in the game, and they're actually trailing the little Gophers from Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie 35, Arlington Sam Houston 27 in that ball game. Over at UTA, Lamar has taken the lead with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. They've got a 1-touchdown lead over Arlington. Lamar 28, Arlington 21. That game's still going on. But here, your Bowie Volunteers on homecoming night come up with a big win, 30-20 over the Haltom Buffalos. And John, what final thoughts might you leave us with tonight as we get ready to sign off for the weekend?
Final thoughts, I'll give Haltom's first since they're the visitor. I think they should keep their heads up. They're going to be 3-2 in district, and at the way Lamar and Arlington are playing, they're looking to be a 3 seed in District 8-6A. So they have a lot to play for. They have good running backs, good team to look forward to, and possibly make a playoff run. But for here, we cover Bowie, and Bowie looked dominant. Outside of a big run for 66 yards, it took until the second half before Haltom was able to put a drive together. And as long as that defense can continue to stop the run, like they did last week versus Arlington, like they did tonight versus Haltom, if they put it all together for South Grand Prairie, they're going to be district champions for the second straight year, because South Grand Prairie is going to want to run the ball.
You know what I saw tonight in this ball game is more discipline on behalf of the Bowie Volunteers. Last week we felt like they had several penalties that shot themselves in the foot when they were on a drive and they'd get set back behind the sticks. I didn't see as much of that tonight. Few 5-yard penalties here and there, a couple of penalties from some anxious defenders that were coming on a blitz. But by and large, Bowie came out with a little more discipline tonight, a little more focus. And I like the teamwork between Bibbs and Nichols at the quarterback position. I like Tennyson stepping up, making some catches tonight. Deontay Tennyson, haven't seen too many catches from him at the tight end spot, and he made some key catches this evening. And then, of course, the defense holding that vaunted running game for Haltom to very few minimal yards tonight. And so that was very, very impressive by your Bowie Volunteers coming through on homecoming for all the James Bowie High School alumni tonight. Very happy tonight. King and Queen, the band, the homecoming mums all over the place. It was just a real festive night here and a whole lot of fun. So that'll probably do it for us tonight. We are going to be signing off and wishing you a happy weekend. Stay dry, as we expect a lot of rain coming in over the next couple of days here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And so we're going to step away and say goodnight.